It's Game On. Presented by Spectrum Sports.
And a very pleasant good evening from the Stan Sheriff Center in Manoa, where it is senior night and the final regular season match of the season as the University of Hawaii battles the Aggies of UC Davis. And this is Game On, presented by Spectrum Sports for Rainbow Wahine Volleyball. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Aloha Friday. I'm Scott Rubbs. That's not Lisa Strand-Ma'a. She's on assignment. Former Rainbow Wahine Claire Marie Anderson is joining us tonight, and of course, Ryan Kalei Suji. So Hawaii taking on UC Davis, but a night ago, it was Hawaii taking on UC Irvine, a match in which Hawaii won in 3.
Yeah, Hawaii looking very efficient last night from the blocking standpoint, as well as offensively. We're looking at some of the highlights from those blocks. Hawaii's middle is definitely doing a nice job closing, and some of the players that really stepped up. Natasha, we saw some of her highlights, and she's really become more and more comfortable throughout the season. You can see her getting up in transition, and she has really become a steady presence for the Rainbow Wahine.
Reyn really doing a nice job this season as well. We see her being aggressive from the service line. 2 aces last night. There she is picking up a dig, and she had 2 blocks, doing a really nice job on the right side there and putting down a nice kill for the bows.
Having to do a lot for the Rainbow Wahine this season. Castillo, a player who has played in a multitude of positions over her career as a Rainbow Wahine. See her leading the team in kills last night with 11 and hitting over 300. Casey really getting more and more comfortable on that left side as the season has progressed, and just a strong, big physical presence, helping to put up a wall last night, leading Hawaii to outblock the Aggies last night.
So let's take a look at scores in the Big West as of right now. There you see UCSB, sweeping Cal State Fullerton, and Cal Poly 2 points away from a sweep of UC Riverside. Should Cal Poly win that game, they would assure themselves of at least a tie of the Big West Conference Championship. Hawaii sitting at 13-2, and tonight's opponent for Hawaii, UC Davis, at 8-7, 16-11 overall. So of course, the NCAA tournament looms, so the RPI makes a difference, and Hawaii checking in at 57. There you see Cal Poly at 19. They're in regardless of what happens from here on out. For Hawaii, they're still kind of on the bubble. It'll be interesting to see what happens between now and the selection show. All right, time now for the Peak Performer. It is brought to you by Bank of Hawaii, and a little bit different Peak Performer today because we want you to tell us, Claire, you go first, ladies first, who's been your Peak Performer for the season?
For the season, I've just been so impressed by Tita Akiu. You know, it's not easy to fill the role of Savannah Kahakai, who was a great libero last year, and she's done a phenomenal job. She's been an excellent defender. I think she has over 400 digs on the season. And not only that, but she's really stabilized the passing as well, which is something that doesn't always show up in the statistics. She really does a nice job of getting the pass up to the setter so we can run a good offense.
And for myself, I agree, Tita had a wonderful season, but my peak performer would have to be Reyn, the player who has been called upon time after time to help not only lead this team from behind the service line, of course running this offense, but also from hitting as well. Yosia continues to be such a dominant player. Right now, Yosia had 13 double-doubles so far this season, 4 triple-doubles, which actually ranks her 4th in the nation. So Yosia really proving to be an all-around player, a player who was recruited as a setter, but throughout the season has shown that she has great volleyball IQ and can contribute in a multitude of positions.
Well, I think we all kind of think this is a good possibility. This is the final match of the season for the Rainbow Wahine, unless something comes up and they get in as an at-large. So you take a look at this season, maybe not the success by the Wahine standard, but they're a win away from 18 wins, and most programs would take that any day.
Yeah, I mean, you look at other teams at the University of Hawaii. I mean, to finish with potentially 17 wins, 18 wins, in second in the conference would be considered a huge successful season, but the standard is set so high for this program, a team that's expected to make runs in the NCAA tournament. So yes, it may not seem like the normal Wahine volleyball season that we're used to, but still a very successful season overall.
I'd have to agree, and I think they've really shown what a great team they are in those trying moments, like against Cal Poly earlier last month. They did a great job of pulling out that 5-set win against a ranked team. Really, really challenging, and they rose to the occasion.
Yeah, that win against Cal Poly, the first win over a nationally ranked team in 3 years. So there have been a lot of good things that have taken place this year. Among them has been the play-by-play in color of our two guys, Kanoa and Chris. Gentlemen.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Yeah, Kanoa Leahy here courtside with Chris McLaughlin. It's an interesting conversation, right? If this is to be the final match played here in the 2018 season for the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball team, then how would you characterize this season, and by what other measurements do you characterize this season?
Well, I agree with Robin Amo Santos, who just told you a few moments ago, and she's measuring this by how much the players improved from beginning to the end of the season. And certainly we've seen a number of players who improved a lot. There's one of them right there, Sarah Liva. And we both agreed, I think, on Natasha Burns as one who's really improved a lot. Go right down the line, it's been one improvement after another. They're playing their best volleyball right now.
I mean, it's every coaching staff's goal to try to get as much out of the group that they have as they can, and by that standard, how do you grade the performance of this coaching staff this year?
I'd give them an A-, certainly in the A category, because I really think they have gotten the most out of this group. They've had some issues, obviously, with Castillo's injury was a little bit tough to handle, especially when it happened. It was tough because I think if she had been really healthy for the Pepperdine match, that might have made a big difference. Especially in the win-loss column and the RPI column. So that was a little bit tough to take. And I think the issue of scheduling, I think, hurt the Rainbow Wahine this year. Having Santa Barbara rest up all week and play Hawaii after the emotional and physically draining Cal Poly match was a little bit, hate to call it unfair, make an excuse, but, I think the Big West has got to look at making the schedule fair for everybody. Yeah.
I mean, it's the little moments throughout a season, right? They help to define, in sometimes very profound ways, just what kind of season you were having with regard to the history of this very esteemed program. On the other side tonight, you see Davis. It's been a while since Hawaii saw Davis. That was very early on in conference play when the Rainbow Wahine pulled off a sweep against Dan Connor's crew. We will have first serve for you in a little bit on senior night, but first, let's send it back over to the corner crew.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Hawaii, UC Davis. When we come back, we're going to focus on the 7 seniors wearing the Rainbow Wahine uniform for the final time tonight.
Graduating, she's going to become an adult and she's got to go out in the real world. It's pretty amazing. She's still got to grow up a little bit. She's still got that little kid in her. It was awesome knowing Casey, got to know her parents as well. She's a good kid, all around. Faith also, I knew her from a long time, I think she was a freshman when I coached her in club or sophomore. And she's like an awesome person just to be around. Good teammate, helpful all the time. Angel, sat down with her, she actually told me hey, coach, this is what I want. I came here to play and work hard. Just knowing her for that short time is awesome. Tita, local girl, she comes out and she plays hard every time. Silent leader, Liva. For somebody who to take off 2 years of not playing volleyball and coming back, I think she's doing pretty great. You can't just pick everything up just in half a season. So I think she's, been awesome. Good energy on the court. And then we got Natasha. I don't know what switched this year. I'm glad it switched. She's a different person, this year. She's talking to a lot of girls, she's having interaction with the coaches, and she's doing great. Just collectively, all 7 of them, they give in their own little ways.
Well, let's look at those playing their final matches. We start off with Natasha Burns. She is a junior athletically, but academically, she's a senior. She's a 4-year junior. She'll be graduating. She is elected not to return next year. And it's too bad for Hawaii fans because this year was the first time we really got to see Natasha Burns play volleyball.
I think that one of the things that we saw with Natasha Burns is just the overall maturity in her game. She became much more confident. Getting up in transition, I thought, was one of the biggest improvements that we saw from her this season. A lot of times players get lost during a play. She is up every single time, making herself available and making herself a threat, and really has become a go-to presence in the middle for Hawaii.
Yeah, we saw earlier this season, we were trying to find a rhythm with the middle position. Who could be that consistent middle blocker that could step up to the plate every single night? And for the latter half of the season, that person has been Natasha, and it's been amazing to watch her do so well.
Then, of course, a rarity this year, 3 one-and-done players transferring to the University of Hawaii, Akiu, Liva, and Gaskin.
Yeah, and they each bring their own strengths. Of course, we talked about Akiu at the beginning and just what a phenomenal player he is. Look at those things, 413, named multiple times to the Big West Defensive Player of the Year. Really has established herself as one of the premier diggers in the conference. And then you look at players like Liva, who is hitting again that non-traditional 2-set in the middle, and Gaskin, who has struggled at times, but I think has become more comfortable in her role as a Rainbow Wahine and really has shined at some key moments for Hawaii.
Well, I know you're a big fan of Tita Akiu, obviously. She's your peak performer, but think about coming to a new program and knowing you're only going to play 1 season. I mean, that's going to be difficult, I would imagine.
It's amazing, but I think she's totally had the right attitude about it. She was like, this is my 1 season, I'm going to make the most of it and give my 110% effort every time I'm on the court, and that's what she's done.
Well, let's take a look at some of the other seniors. This is a big class, and these are kind of the vets. Castillo, Ma'afala, of course, McKenna, Granato.
Yeah, all 3 bring just different attributes. You know, one of the things that we see, of course, Castillo, a player who I mentioned earlier, was to positions, really has become more and more comfortable on the outside. McKenna Granato, what can you say, over 1,000 kills, a part of a very exclusive club as a Rainbow Wahine volleyball player. And Faith Ma'afala, who saw significant playing time last year and then came into a starter this year in that 6-2 offense. And I think one of the things about Faith Ma'afala is just her personality, her leadership. I mean, she redshirted her first year after transferring, and she became such a valuable asset on this team, not because of what she only presented on the court, but off the court as well.
Absolutely. She's such a leader. We turn to her in times of hardship to really be that guiding force for us. We turn to her for positive energy. Her energy is contagious, and that's something that not every player has, and it's really special in her.
Now, it was just a year ago that you were one of those seniors playing your final game here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Kind of give us an idea of what it's like that day heading into the match for you.
Oh my gosh, it's such a mix of emotions. So excited for the festivities to follow and to play in the stand one last time. But overall, just so grateful. I know that was the overwhelming feeling for all of us seniors last year, was just, wow, how thankful are we for this experience. And it's a really special night that you'll remember forever.
And when the Wahine ran out onto the floor before we came on air, you kind of had a little chicken skin. I looked at you and you're kind of like, I really miss that. It never goes away, does it?
Never. It's a feeling that you bottle up and just keep with you forever.
Yeah, I think one of the things that makes this program so unique is the traditions that have been established over the years. You know, a few players came back and visited recently to watch the Rainbow Wahine early this year, and I was talking to a few of them, and they said it's amazing how the same cheers that they did 10 years, 15 years ago, the same traditions of running out continue on with this Wahine volleyball program, and the way that they honor their seniors at the end of tonight's match continues on in those traditions. And it's great to see that no matter what the players are and who they are, that those traditions live on with this Rainbow Wahine volleyball team and will continue to live on despite who the head coach may be.
All right, we will have volleyball. They'll be coming up here shortly, but let's take a break. We'll connect with Spectrum Sports by liking our fan page on Facebook, Instagram, or via Twitter at Spec Sports High or hashtag Hawaii WVB. We'll look at the matchup when we come back. Back inside the Stan Sheriff Center on senior night, Hawaii taking on the Aggies of UC Davis. Well, actually, it's a rematch of these two. They played way back on September 21st, a match which Hawaii won pretty handily against the Aggies up in Northern California.
Yeah, Hawaii being tested in the latter part of that match, but looking at that hitting percentage, Hawaii at 289, as well as with 6 blocks being outblocked. But again, the defense really coming through. Hawaii with 55 digs in that first matchup.
All right, let's take a look at the stat leaders for this season for the University of Hawaii.
Yeah, so McKenna Granato, Reyn, no surprises there. They have taken on a huge load this season and have really, really stepped up to the plate. Natasha Burns also, as we said earlier, has really been doing a nice job towards the end of the season here.
And for UC Davis, the Aggies, here are their leaders.
Yeah, you take a look at Krasavum out there with the senior outside hitter out of California. Really will be one of the players to watch here tonight. And Matias, the junior, who has really been his physical presence on the outside. You can see her hitting percentage at 193, but over 2 kills per set. And of course, Allen in the middle with 4 kills per set.
Time now to step on the scales and weigh in. It is brought to you by First Hawaiian Bank. All right, final match of the regular season, senior night. You got all those things. What do we expect tonight, guys?
Well, I think Hawaii, we've seen this team traditionally have a slow start. I think for Hawaii, it's important to really establish themselves, really concentrate on the passing so that Hawaii's offense can click from the beginning and establish themselves as being in the driver's seat in this match. They do not want to play catch-up. They do not want to let UC Davis have any inclination that they'll have a shot at this. They have got to come out fired up and from the beginning.
Yeah, and I think typically senior night can go one of 2 ways. You can either be really, really focused because you're so excited and ready to celebrate afterwards, or you can be maybe a little distracted by all the fun and the festivities going on. And so hopefully, you know, our team tonight can stay focused so we can enjoy the celebrations later on.
And of course, there's still some hope of a postseason berth. I was talking to a couple of different people that believe that Hawaii still is in the mix, that apparently when you get to the 18 win mark, it kicks something into the RPI, and they said Hawaii will probably be somewhere in the 40s. If that's the case, I would say they probably do still have an outside shot.
Yeah, I mean, they're on the bubble that's on the bubble. I think it's a very small chance. I mean, there's not a lot of victories that this team has pulled off. Of course, the win over Cal Poly, I think, definitely helps them in the overall RPI. But you look at some of the teams they lost to, Portland earlier on in the season, some of those losses really going to hurt them. But you never know. It would be ironic that the NCAA that traditionally doesn't go in favor of Hawaii all of a sudden gives them an opportunity when maybe they least expect it. You never know with the NCAA. Charlie Wade once said, relying on the NCAA is like reading a Ouija board. You never know what kind of result you're going to get from them.
Well, let's say they don't get invited, but they get invited to the MVIT, National Volleyball Invitational Tournament. Do they accept it, yes or no?
I don't think they do. I think that Robin Amos Santos wants to play for in the big show, and I don't know that they would settle for that.
But you want to play in a second-tier tournament?
No, I think NCAA's is definitely the one that you want to be a part of.
Absolutely agree with both of you. The three of us will be back when this one is POW, but coming up next, senior night, final regular season home match, Hawaii, UC Davis on Spectrum Sports.
And outside hitter, 6-foot seated from Kailua, Oahu, number 3, McKenna Granato. At middle hitter, 6'5" junior from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, number 6, Natasha Burns. At libero, 5'2", senior from Honolulu, number 7, Reyn, Tita, Akiu. At center, 5'11", junior from Torrance, California, floor captain, number 10, Reyn. At center, 5'8", senior from Kapolei, Oahu, number 12, Finn Ma'afala. At middle hitter, 6'1", senior from Mililani, Oahu, number 15, Sarah Liva. And at outside hitter, 6'3", senior from Oceanside, California, number 17, Castillo. The Hawaii Staff Director of Operations, Evan Lee, volunteer assistant, Nick Castillo, assistant coaches, Angelica Youngquist and Kaleo Baxter, head coach for your Rainbow Wahine, Robin Amos Santos.
Last night, the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball team put aside its disappointment at a likely postseason absence and produced an efficient victory for an appreciative crowd. Tonight, the Hawaii Volleyball community will shower its affection on 7 players participating in what is expected to be their final appearance on the Stan Sheriff Center Terraplex. For the senior class of UC Davis and the University of Hawaii, tonight is the end of a chapter. The season winds down, but the celebration begins. And with that, we welcome you inside the Stan Sheriff Center alongside Chris McLaughlin. I'm Kanoa Leahy. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. C-Mac.
Well, for UC Davis, they've got a point serving. UH only passes with 2 players most of the time. Making them move may produce points. And for Hawaii, I think it's a magnificent 7. If Hawaii does everything else to be primed up for tonight, it's got to be the 7 seniors who will inspire everyone in this arena all night long.
Hawaii coming in 17-8 on the year, 13-2, and in second place of the Big West Conference. UC Davis 16-11 overall, 8-7, and in 4th place. And Emily Allen, one of the seniors for UC Davis, with the serve. Natasha Burns' swing gets dug up. And then Nicola Moore, the southpaw opposite, sends it long. It's a point for Hawaii. They strike first here on senior night. The Hawaiian Financial FCU starting lineups will scroll at the bottom of your screen. All seniors in the starting rotation for Hawaii, save Reyn Yosia. Angel Gaskin we will most certainly see here in the very near future, and a good way to get things started for the Rainbow Wahine as McKenna Granato, the team leader in aces. She deals out number 36 on the year. And it is quickly 2-0 here. Final regular season match for both teams. Middle set, that's Josie O, standing at 6'6". O is a freshman from El Cerrito, California, the tallest player in UC Davis program history.
Yeah, she just replaced another player who's 6'4". Gates was the tallest player prior to that.
Yeah, Dan Connors bringing in some height here in his tenure as head coach. Brianna Carsaboom will be calling her name frequently, averaging a little over 2.2 kills per set, hitting 192 on the year, 5'10" senior from Alameda, California. Got to look quickly there at Dan Connors in his 5th season, patrolling the sideline area for UC Davis. Aggies on the attack, and they go to Moore, and she's able to pound it off of the hands of the Hawaii block and out. And so our first lead change here tonight. Davis jumps in front.
Moore's got a nice swing, 6'3". She's a tall opposite. She did not play volleyball till her freshman year in high school. So her best years are ahead of her.
In fact, had to experience some tumult in her previous 2 seasons. Just injury plagued. She hasn't really played the last 2 years because of injury. So just to see her out there throughout this season, averaging 2.3 kills per set, that was a big positive for this program. Getting up there was Brianna Carsaboom, well off of the Terraplex.
Carsaboom averaging 2.5 kills per set. She's the 2nd leading attacker on the team in kills per set. She brings a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Surprised they don't call her Kaboom instead of Carsaboom. Carsaboom just doesn't sound as good, does it?
She puts the boom in Carsaboom sometimes, that's for sure. Played off the net there by Faith Ma'afala. Free chance here for Davis, and they go middle. And it winds up as another kill for Lauren Jackson, 6'1" senior from Fullerton, California. She didn't play the first time these 2 teams met this season, which was all the way back in September 21st, early on in Big West Conference play. She was dealing with an ankle injury at that time. High ball set goes to Casey Castillo. Had a great night last night, but the door was shut on that occasion. Lauren Jackson getting the gist of it next to Leonie Strell. And a timeout by Robin Amos Santos. Not liking the energy from her team on senior night. Welcome back. For the latest information on UH Athletics, go to hawaiiathletics.com for UH news, tickets, videos, and more. Also visit UH's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube sites to follow your favorite teams and get current fan promotions. Early timeout from Robin Amos Santos. Her team hitting negative 250 to get this opening frame started compared to 667 for Davis Seaman.
Hawaii yet to get a kill. Let's see if they get one here off Yosia.
Unable to do so as Malia Bolko digs it up. Jackson is dug up by Tita Akiu. Now a little pitter-patter at the net. Hawaii goes right side to Yosia. The touch over the double block. Diving save Emily Allen. And flying in is Carsaboom. What an up by Akiu. Great second touch, Castillo, and we play on. Davis goes right side this time to Strell off the block, played by Hawaii. Here's Liva. Sarah Liva pumps it long. Wants a touch, no such call. It's a point for Davis and a decision to be made here by Robin Amos Santos as to whether or not to challenge that call, and she will. She is going to challenge the no-touch call on that sequence. So an early timeout from Robin, an early challenge from the Hawaii head coach.
Yeah, they're desperate for a kill, that's for sure. Sarah Liva has, she has a really high hitting percentage. She doesn't hit many balls out. At the worst, she's going to get a high touch like she thought she did just then. But most of the time, she's going to keep that ball in play, and Ernie Ho will now check to see if there was, in fact, a touch, which I think is the hardest replay call to make.
Ernie Ho, the down official. Kevin Cole atop the ladder on the other side. Mark Nakashima and Dean Tamura, the two line judges. Liva was very quick to contest that there was a touch here.
Might have been Lauren Jackson might have got a piece of that with her.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it on that angle. It looks like number 18, Lauren Jackson, you're right, with the left hand, may have gotten a piece. That would be where the contact took place if there was contact. And yeah, there seems to be a little fluttering of the hand, if that says anything.
Exactly.
And it looks like Ernie Ho's seen enough. He's going to make a call. And he stays with it. So a failed challenge that time by Robin Amos Santos. And Hawaii down 4 here in the opening stanza. Here's the reaction. Sarah Liva, let's just say she disagrees. Faith Ma'afala with the bump set to Castillo off of one leg. Hawaii just a little out of sync in transition. Carsaboom, blocked en route. And those are the kind of plays that can start swinging the momentum around.
And they definitely do need the momentum swung to their side of the court, because the team in blue right now has most of the momentum. Hawaii still yet to get a kill here. We're 11 points into this match.
No kills, 2 errors on 9 attempts. Liva finally breaks the ice on the overpass.
Liva, she's so athletic. She does a nice job of staying out of the net there on a close overpass. A lot of players will follow through into the cable.
So a block and then a tough serve by Yosia allows Hawaii to get back-to-back points. Carsaboom, block got a piece. So Yosia goes middle to Liva through the block. Good cover there by Carsaboom. The back row set to Allen is kept alive by Granato. Back blind bump set, Akiu to Castillo. Yes, sir.
That was some good volleyball right there. Nice touch in the block. Good, look at that back bump set by Akiu. That's such a skill to do. You have to have such a fine touch when you're on your forearms to get the ball just to the right place. Castillo and set, to say the least.
And she enjoyed.
And she thanked Tita Akiu for it.
She enjoyed the entire match last night, did Casey Castillo. Season high 14 kills, hit 323 in the sweep victory for Hawaii over UC Irvine. Here's Angel Gaskin, another one of the 7 players who will be honored in the senior night celebration. And a late whistle by the officiating crew saying that there was no pancake save there. It went down, and that will be a kill for Lauren Jackson.
I was blocked out. I couldn't see it. Robin Amo was playing the point along with the players. There, it looks like it was down. Good call.
Good pass there by Akiu. Here's Liva in the middle. The touch Right now, Davis is covering those dink shots very well. Allen goes off the block. Liva decides to swing at it off the ricochet. Now Strell through the block and down. It is a 3-point advantage now for UC Davis.
Strell's the creative one on the team. She's the one who wants all players wearing different colored jerseys. You see that in the media guide? That's crazy.
I mean, that's just anarchy.
How come Libero only gets to wear a different color? Everybody ought to have that, right?
Gaskin pumps it long, no touch, and it's back to a 4-point advantage for the Aggies. Well, UC Davis has brought some energy. This is not something that is unique to this weekend, as Liva is blocked and roofed. That was Lauren Jackson getting the gist of that one. Second on the team with 65 total blocks. And again, did not play the first meeting between these two squads, and so Liva didn't get a chance to really see her in action until right there, and now we're gonna have a substitution as Liva is replaced by Skylar Williams. So senior comes out, sophomore goes in. Hawaii trailing by a handful. Here's Castillo, needs it, sends it long. And the Rainbow Wahine are out of sorts here in this opening set, and we got another substitution coming in. It's McKenna Ross coming in for Casey Castillo. So Robin Amos Santos, the early timeout, the early challenge, and several early substitutions.
Yeah, she's, Robin Amos Santos is competitive. She wants to win this thing. No matter who the personnel are that will help out. And Ross immediately gets stuffed. Good UC Davis block going right now. They're really solid. Four hands across.
Right now it's the great wall of Lauren Jackson with a couple of blocks, and that time was all over that swing by Ross. Hawaii trailing by 7. Skylar Williams, the paintbrush hit. Strell, Williams got a piece. Scramble play for Hawaii, and they can't return it. Another point for UC Davis, and they are off and running. And Robin Amos Santos with UC Davis sitting up 14-6 signals for another timeout. Welcome back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. And this is a big number right here. 1,027, the number of career kills for Rainbow Wahine senior McKenna Granato, the 20th all-time in Hawaii women's volleyball history to reach the 1,000 kill mark. But right now, Hawaii in need of kills in bunches, and Angel Gaskin obliges out of the timeout. That cuts the lead down to 7. It has been all UC Davis. Hawaii was hitting negative 190 prior to that put down right there.
And they had 4 players, count them, 4 players hitting negative.
So Rika Okino now in and back to serve. 7 serving 14, the sophomore out of Kalani High School. Good pass there, outside set goes to Allen. Good dig by Okino. Pancake save in the back row there by UC Davis. Now a scramble play for Hawaii as Gaskin pounds it off the block and out. That was authoritative there by Angel Gaskin.
It really was, and how about the way Rika Okino kept the ball in play to give Angel Gaskin a chance to hit that ball. What a dig by Rika Okino.
Tremendous pancake save on the other side by Maddie Merlino as well for UC Davis, who is in there at the setter position in their 2-setter system and puts up a perfect net for Leonie Strell.
Watch Rika Okino with the bump set there to Gaskin, so Okino not only gets a great dig during that rally, she gets an assist as well.
Jane Sessler now, another freshman on the squad with the serve. You'll see is going to have to bump set Granato from off the net and just caught a piece of that corner.
She got lucky there. I think she got an awful lot of white paint right there. She might have got both lines.
So make it 1,028 for McKenna Granato.
There you go.
Her first kill of the evening. It's 9 serving 15. Janelle Gong back there to serve. Allen tried to go cross court. Look at Okino laying out all over the place. Gaskin Another hard hammer. Free ball coming here for Hawaii. Yosia jump set outside to Granato. Off the block and down. Point for Hawaii.
Little by little, Rainbow Wahine scratching back.
Chipping away. There's Hawaii now within a handful.
See all the fans and family out tonight claiming they're related to the 7 seniors.
That's right. And that's an ace. Janelle Gong. A 5-1 run here for the Rainbow Wahine. And it's another ace. And Hawaii has forced UC Davis to signal for a timeout. A 6-0 scoring one for the Rainbow Wahine. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. The Stan Sheriff Center crew, they deserve an award here today. In fact, this entire weekend, there was a basketball game, in fact, 2 games played on the opening day of the Bank of Hawaii Rainbow Wahine Classic. And so they had the basketball floor set up. They had to put the Terraflex on here for tonight's match. Remember, there was a volleyball match last night. So this is them today putting the Terraflex down between the Rainbow Wahine basketball game, unfortunately a 72-65 loss to Portland, and the start of this Hawaii UC Davis volleyball match. But they had to take the Terraflex off after last night's volleyball match, and they're gonna have to do that again after tonight's volleyball match because we got a weekend full of basketball here in the arena on Saturday and Sunday as well.
I love this, how it works. That's 40 minutes compressed into 40 seconds. What a job by that crew.
Yeah, Rich Sheriff and his crew, they put in yeoman's work for sure.
The good news for them is that there's no more Terraflex until January 4th. Terraflex is being stuffed away in some deep, dark corner of the Stan Sheriff Center because the men's volleyball isn't playing until, like, I think January 4th against BC, University of British Columbia.
It's not unheard of to see the Rainbow Wahine or even the men's team, for that matter, practice on the basketball hardwood. We've seen Hawaii women's volleyball, in fact, play actual matches on the hardwood, but that's not good enough for Rich Sheriff and this Stan Sheriff Center crew. They went the extra mile to get the Terraflex down tonight, and we commend them for that. There is that final score for the Hawaii women's basketball game. They are 0-4 to start the season for the first time since 2008-2009. Here's Granato. That was an absolute grenade. Dug up, though. Allen backhands it over. Here's Gaskin, winds up, uncorks one and sends it long. So that ends the run for Hawaii. And the lead is back to 4 here for UC Davis.
And Janelle Gong should be getting some applause as she comes off the court because she made a nice serving rotation there.
She's going to be part of an interesting storyline in the offseason, right? There's been some reporting on the recruiting class coming in for Hawaii. It's a big recruiting class. You got middles, you got outside hitters, you got opposites. The libero position is going to have to be addressed, though, and it will start with the 2 DSs that are coming back, Rico Aquino and Janelle Gong. Gaskin took a little something off. Set goes outside. It is Allen. Diving save, Tita Akiu. Granato. Little high cheddar for Paloma Bowman.
Chin music, as you like to call it. That was a rip by Granato. She's got one of the best arm swings I've seen in a long time because she does not have a spectacular jump where she goes up and hangs so high for a long time. She's got to go up and really execute an almost perfect arm swing in order to get her kills.
Had 9 kills on 32 attempts last night against Irvine. As Hawaii gets within a deuce. Dan Connors, 5th-year head coach for the Aggies. Previously was the top assistant at Illinois. O is dug up off the block. Granato tried to push it down the line. There's Bowman. Roll shot there by Moore. And how about the pinball action on the Hawaii side of the net? Moore dug up over the net by Ma'afala and down!
Ma'afala gets the ultimate dig kill. There's 2 saves by Hawaii. The pinball action you're talking about. And UC Davis just doesn't know what hit them. They call timeout. Look at Ma'afala, just puts her arms up to protect her head, and she gets a kill out of it. Wow.
Yeah, unbelievable, and you heard the volume of the crowd. They erupted on that dig kill by Faith Ma'afala, and that was something that Dan Connors discussed prior to the match. He said one of the keys tonight against Hawaii, we need to be self-contained on our side of the net. He said in this arena, there are so many distractions, not just the team across the twine, but with the crowd, with the video, with the noise.
With the blimp.
With that blimp.
With the gun that shoots out T-shirts.
With Ryan Kalei-Suji giving reports and timeouts. Take it, Ryan.
Thanks, Gunnar. Well, we're talking about the crowd, and that's exactly what Dan Connors is trying to keep his team focused on the game and not the crowd. He said there's a lot going on here. We need to continue to play hard. He doesn't want his team being overwhelmed by what's going on here at the Stan Share Center. He's also making sure that his team is staying on their toes, being ready to pick up the tip shots by Hawaii and reminding them to stay aggressive offensively, which helped him to get their lead earlier in this set. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. There you see the whiteout effect. Most everybody got the memo. Tonight's promotion, whiteout for the crowd. I'm wearing my white base shirt.
I didn't get the memo. Actually, I knew it was whiteout night, but I couldn't find anything white that was decent. Notice that Nick Castillo doesn't have white. Your boy Gregory Baxter does not have white. Robin Amo Santos doesn't have white. So I joined their memo. I got their memo.
All right, we'll give you credit for the hair, C-Mac. You get credit on the whiteout night for the hair, buddy.
Okay, there you go. Okay, you got me once again.
And Faith Ma'afala got Davis once again. The dig kill, now the ace. Faith putting it on him here in set number 1 as Hawaii has come all the way back to tie things up at 16.
She just serves the ball low and hard. Arrives in a hurry.
The largest lead for Davis in this opening frame was 8, Chris. And now Hawaii leads as Natasha Burns denies access. They have scored 5 straight, and Hawaii now in front.
You know, I'm sensing that Hawaii did not want a rerun of the Santa Barbara match where they play an unbelievable match against Cal Poly one night and then do not have a good match the next night against Santa Barbara. This is the next back-to-back chance they have a chance to show whether or not they learned anything from Santa Barbara.
Always dug up. Hawaii digging everything up right now. And Granato putting everything down. 4 kills for McKenna. No hitting errors on 8 attempts. She's hitting 500 and Hawaii enjoying a 12-2 surge here on the scoreboard.
And Hawaii finally not hitting negative.
That's right.
They're hitting 0.59. Just barely above the front line.
Here's Allen, dug up by Ma'afala. Okino, back bump set to Granato. Oh boy, that was heavy-handed. Great up by Bowman. Allen goes down the line, but right there is Akiu. Burns in the middle is blocked back, but she covers her own ricochet. And now we got a free ball going the way of the Davis Aggies. Moore gets it down. Oh, that was in Akiu's wheelhouse, but she wasn't quite able to get that platform under it.
A rare miss from Tita Akiu, I'll tell you. She rarely misses those. But if she can get her hands on any ball, she usually puts it right on the money.
Tita Akiu, who has double figures in digs every match but one this season. And that is a freebie for the Rainbow Wahine on the outserve by Emily Allen. Allen, the Aggies' leader in kills, 3.62 per set. Not bad for someone who stands at just 5 feet, 8 inches. Here's Carsaboon. Pulled the string. You'll see it wasn't fooled. Castillo, though, was blocked. Great cover by Akiu. So Burns sets up Castillo, and it finds the floor.
This is something that Natasha Burns has improved on immensely. All the off plays, the awkward plays that she used to, have a lot of trouble with now. She gets the most beautiful set of the night right here. No spin, has hit me written all over it. Castillo just buries it inside the 3-meter line. Wow, that's a great play.
Burns putting up the nectar there. She had an incredible run here this season. And as Robin alluded to, as you talked about in the game on portion of the broadcast, one of the players that really just exponentially showed improvement throughout the season. And there she is again on the solo stuff. I mean, what she has been able to turn herself into, such an important cog for this team the last couple of seasons.
Really huge difference. She's been that one middle in the center that Hawaii could count on night in and night out from about the 10th game on.
Here's Carsaboom, pumps it long. Burns blocks a couple back. All of a sudden, it starts getting into the psyche of the opposing hitters. Burns had a good match the first time these two teams met up back on September 21st. 13 kills, hit .455 with 4 blocks on that occasion.
Dan Connors run out of timeouts, so he decides to make a substitution to slow down the server. Puts in Alexa Rockus.
22 serving 17. How things have changed in this opening set. Nicola Moore sends it wide, point for Hawaii. They trailed by 8, and they now lead by 6, 23-17.
This has got to be their greatest turnaround all year that we've seen here at home anyway.
Sure.
Huge.
Granato sends it out. It took Hawaii a while to record their first kill. They're not exactly breaking the record books in any way here at this point, but they're hitting positive figures. 0.77 compared to 0.79 for Davis. And that'll improve just slightly thanks to that Yosia put down. An 18-3 run has brought about aloha ball for Hawaii. Trailed by 8 at one point. Now a chance to close out set 1. Carsaboom puts it down right in front of the lunging Tita Akiu. How about the year that Robin Amos Santos got out of Tita Akiu here in 2018?
Amazing. She's been so much fun to watch. At 5'3", she's pound for pound maybe the best defensive player in the country.
Castillo gets it down, and Hawaii flips the script after coming out oh so sluggish at the beginning of this opening frame. On senior night, Hawaii has struck first in the match.
This presentation of Rainbow Wahine Volleyball is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
The players to be honored on senior night, having a little fun as they pose for our cameras. Tonight's Jack Fact. Let's take a look. We're talking about the fantastic fans. Hawaii's home attendance of 86,864 this season is second in all of women's college volleyball, trailing only Nebraska. The Bows have drawn 38,551 more fans than all other Big West schools combined.
That's a big number. That's a big differential, to be sure.
That is part of the legacy of this program. It is what Robin Amos Santos inherited when she took over for legendary head coach Dave Shoji. And for Robin, the last 2 years have been about trying to establish her own methodology, right? Not just taking the baton from that man right there, Coach Shoji, but trying to reinvent the gym culture here with regard to Rainbow Wahine Volleyball.
Exactly. You saw Dave Shoji there. In those days, when Robin played for him, they regularly drew 5,000 to 6,000 every night. There was no big Nebraska gym where they let all the students in free and they ran up these big numbers. They do now have a fantastic facility. They get about 6,000 to 8,000 a night. Robin's gym culture is a little bit different than Dave's.
Sure.
She's a little bit, I think you'd call it more strict than Dave.
Oh, how about the chase down by Akiu, but to no avail. It winds up A point for UC Davis. They strike first. And as we saw in that opening set, when Hawaii got down by as many as 8, Robin Amos Santos not afraid to go to the bench. Not afraid to go to the bench early and often. And whatever she communicated to her players, whatever strings she did pull as Natasha Burns lays the smackdown on that middle set. Whatever she did, talking about Robin Amos Santos in that opening frame, it worked because Hawaii closed that set on a 19-5 run to win it running away 25-19.
That was the most amazing comeback I've seen all year in this Stan Sheriff Center.
Outside, here's Carsaboom.
Davis running a little bit different play there. Rather than sending the ball to the pin, they're sending it to a different area and well inside the pin in the what they call the 3 area. A little lob out there, and Carsaboom just buries it and only has maybe a half a blocker got up on it.
There's Burns in the middle. It works again.
Burns seems to see the block better than she ever has. She saw the block taking one angle away, so she hit the other way. Blockers are taking an angle, so she cuts it back. Nice, smart play.
Here's Carsaboom. And right now, these two teams trading blows here to start set number 2. Carsaboom with 5 kills already. See what she's done in Big West Conference matches. Was a dancer for 10 years before focusing on volleyball.
She had 16 kills last week against Santa Barbara, so she's finishing on a strong note.
You'll see it tried to go line, missed it wide, no touch. And so just like set 1, Davis taking the early advantage here in the second frame. Skylar Williams went in for Sarah Liva in that opening set. Skylar Williams, another player you can talk about a discernible improvement in terms of her player development just this season alone.
Yeah, she's just going to get better and better.
Yeah. Robin Amos Santos telling me prior to the match, yes, Skylar Williams is going to be really good. She is showing signs of that every day.
And by the way, she's got a great personality too. She's a great teammate. On the road, they say she's one of the comedians on the team. She gets everybody laughing and loose. You have to have one of those on every team, right?
You do.
That was probably you on your basketball team at Iolani.
And that was all I could contribute to the team, that's all. Casey Castillo gets the kill. Castillo, 6'3" senior from Oceanside, California, with 8 double-digit kill matches on the season. Last night was the 8th. And that ends up being an extended ace for Rico Aquino. So we're tied at 5 here in set number 2. Aquino tickles the top of the tape on that serve. Strella's dug up back over the net. Here's Strella second time. Block got a piece. So Aquino, cross-court bump set to Gaskin. Finds the floor.
Oh, what a magnificent bump set from Rico Aquino. Once again, she got the back blind one. She's got the one she's going to push all the way to the right side. It's not an easy skill to do right there. Very accurate, right in Gaskin's wheelhouse.
6 serving 5. Here it comes from Aquino. Outside, that's Allen off the block and down. Emily Allen had 9 kills and 7 digs in the first meeting between these two teams. Entered the season needing 297 digs to become the 10th Aggie to reach 1,000. She got that in the same match that she got 1,000 career kills. Go figure, as she adds to her kill total right there on cue.
She's a little bit like Hawaii's smallish outside hitters of old, like Wahine Volleyball, Jocelyn Robbins, you know, the under 5'10ers that just seem to chisel away at the opposing team's block.
Serve goes long, so inching along here in set number 2, tied at 7. Nell Gong to serve. Outside, it's Allen. And again, just continuing to exchange punches here in set number 2. Allen with her 3rd kill. Carsaboom leading the way so far for UC Davis with 6. On the other side, 4 kills apiece for Granato and Castillo. But how about the topsy-turviness of the hitting percentages here so far tonight? Anemic in the first set. Right now, Davis hitting 700 error-free in set 2. Hawaii hitting 667.
And for the first set, they were both miserable. Davis hitting 103, Hawaii hitting 122. A full 100 points below the normal averages. A little bit of Jekyll and Hyde going on here with each team's offense.
Here's Faith Ma'afala now to serve 8-all in set 2. Slide, that goes to O, blocked back. Outside, Allen just has to push it across. Hawaii out of system, but the high ball goes to Yosia, and she tools the block. She just has a knack, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's had, you know, her volleyball IQ is so high, and her skill set is so refined that she can pretty much do anything out in the court. Actually, she could probably play middle blocker if she had to. She can also play libero if needed, and she'd be pretty good at both.
Here's Allen, blocked in roof. A little offense from Yosia, little defense from Yosia next to Natasha Burns, and Hawaii up 2.
The one thing Yosia does really well, she brings the block inside when necessary. When she sees that set start to drop inside, she'll take a step to her left and bring that block in.
3 blocks now for Natasha. And that's Moore trying to find that deep corner, and she pumps it long. And that's going to prompt Dan Connors to signal for a timeout. Hawaii by 3 in set 2. Welcome back. Let's check out the first Hawaiian Bank top 3. We're looking at Big West kills per set. These are the team numbers. Cal Poly leading the way in the top position. The Rainbow Wahine, number 2, 13.59 kills per set. They have been either at or near the top in that category all season long in conference. Allen trying to tool the block. Good cover there down the line by Okino. Granato taking a crack at it. That's dug up by Bolko. And a free ball coming here for Hawaii. Can they cash it in? Well, they won't need to. A mishandle there on the 2-hand set over the net. And so it continues to snowball here against the Aggies. .50 Rainbow Wahine run. Faith Ma'afala, whose serve has gotten incredibly effective here in recent weeks. The block is up again for Hawaii. Yosia maybe getting a little more of a piece of that one next to Natasha Burns.
The best part of Ma'afala's serving has been the velocity when she's serving that floater. So not only is it coming over as a knuckler, it's going over the net fast.
And she's getting it in, which is one of the primary things. You're not seeing a lot of, and this is total bocce right here, but you're not seeing a lot of service errors from her here in recent weeks. Had a career high 6 aces versus Fullerton on the road, 3 aces last night against Irvine. Outside set goes to the freshly inserted Lauren Mattis. And she's able to go off the block and down. So that applies a bit of the tourniquet for the Aggies.
Mattis had 11 kills last time against Hawaii when they played in September. Hit 321, so she had a good match.
Yeah, Davis, as mentioned, was without Lauren Jackson. They were also without Malia Bolko in that match. She was nursing a knee injury. Moore got it blocked back. Moore now with the full swing, dug up easily by Akiu, and then Burns plugs it through.
Mafala loves to set Burns on a broken play from the 8 or 9 foot line. The other team not ready for that. Block up late.
Natasha Burns will graduate in May of 2019. A biology major, wants to be an animal conservationist like Steve Irwin in her professional career. Nice job there by Brianna Carsaboo. And that's always the fun part, right, is seeing these players who make such an imprint on the sports community here in the islands become celebrities unto themselves, and then to see them then assimilate to the rest of the community in their professional lives and their family lives. And hopefully we'll see a bunch of them coming back for the annual alumni match. And that's really a fun part to see, that next chapter that comes along.
Yeah, it really is. There's the pinpoint serving coming up. They're trying to pick on Castillo right now. They missed her, got to Akiu instead.
Burns blocked back. Played off the net there by Ma'afala. Bump set Akiu to Castillo going cross court. Dug up to the net. Burns couldn't put it down. It's a chance here for the Aggies. They go to Moore off the block. And it works out as a point for UC Davis. Leah Bolko with the serve. Here's Castillo off the block. Yosia dug up by Bolko. Moore slaps it across. Hawaii on the attack. Here's Castillo. Winds up, uncoils, and goes off the block and out.
She's trying to rediscover the magic she had last night when she got 14 kills. This Davis team really blocking well, playing great defense in the back row, making it tough for Casey to get the kind of kills she got last night.
Here's Carsaboo. That was a big swing there off the block, played up by Moore. Carsaboo low set that time, and a good dig on one knee by Granato. Here's Castillo going high hands. Carsaboo's going to get another stab at it, but she is denied access. Yosia and Williams saying, ah, ole.
Good set to the outside. Actually, a smart swing to try to swing at the small blocker, but you'll see it's turning out to be not such a small blocker you can pick on. She's really good.
Speaking of really good, Lauren Jackson is really good. Was a high jump champion in high school, and you can see the explosiveness off of the floor on that particular sequence.
Call her LJ, two-time high school high jump champion. Didn't you also win high jump when you were in high school? I forget. I thought you did.
Nope. If there was a low jump event, that would have been the one I would have participated in. Yosia cuts it across. Diving one-hand save by Merlino. Free chance here for Hawaii. Can they convert? Yosia off the block and out. Yosia was 2 kills shy of what would have been her 5th triple-double of the season last night, and she continues to fill the stat sheet here in this one. How about with that put down now, 3 kills for Yosia, 6 assists, 6 digs, 5 blocks.
Wow.
Carsaboo from off the net. Dug up by Akiu, then knuckled over by Yosia. That was a little ad-lib there. Strell off the block and down. 6'4" redshirt freshman from Encino, California, Leonie Strell.
So she really asked Coach Connors before the game, so how's Strell doing? You know, she comes from Calabasas, where they had those horrible fires. Yeah. She also used to frequent the same bar where 12 people were killed. And Davis is in the high, bad quality air right now. We have to wear masks all day. They shut down the school. I said, how's she doing? So she's doing fine. We scheduled properly coming to Hawaii at the right time. That helps.
They certainly did. The air quality has gotten so bad in parts of really throughout the state, but parts of Southern California. They had to, as you mentioned, they had to cancel classes this past week at UC Davis. They basically put the campus on shutdown. There's Gaskin. Outside set goes to Mattis. Forget about it. Williams. Return to sender.
That was a great swing by Lauren Mattis. Just a better block by Sky Williams.
A little flex action there by Skylar Williams. It is 19 serving 14. Another late surge here by Hawaii. Did the same in the first set, doing the same here in set number 2. Williams, good save there by Carsaboom. She'll get a swing from behind the line. Couldn't put everything on it. Williams does, but right there is Bolko with the dig. Another dig for Akiu on the other side. Here's Granato, double block up. It didn't matter. And Hawaii gets to the 20-point mark. Largest lead of the second frame for the Rainbow Wahine.
Hawaii just a little more patient during that rally. So they got a great set, a good swing. Block well formed by Davis, but when Granato hits the ball and challenges the block, more often than not, she'll just power it right through.
A 5-2 run being put together here by Hawaii. Trying to snatch a stranglehold here on this second stanza. Okino bump sets to Granato, was a little tight to the pin. So a chance here for the Aggies. They go to Strell, blocked back. Bump set to Allen, blocked back and roofed. Williams again. Gaskin was up next to her.
That was one well-formed block.
Dan Connors relegating. The signaling for another UC Davis timeout.
Well, welcome back to the Stantshire Center. We are now here in the stands with one of the seniors' parents, the Ma'afalas. I'm going to start off here with Mom. Carol, what has this experience been like to you to be able to see your daughter play?
It's just been such a blessing and just an awesome experience just being part of the UH Wahine program.
Thank you. And Father Benson, you actually had a short stint here at the University of Hawaii as well. What has this experience been like to your own daughter play here at the Stantshire Center?
Oh my God, it's an experience. I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Dave Soji for, the opportunity for my daughter to come back home. It's a bittersweet situation because my mom passed. It was her wish to watch my daughter. She wanted her to come home and play, and here she is. It's awesome. God is good.
Well, thank you to the Ma'afalas. We'll send it back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Yeah, the Ohana aspect of the program, and Faith always so camera shy. There on the sideline at the moment. Williams continuing to put in work. Skylar Williams with 3 blocks and now 2 kills.
Another one who was not shy. Big old smile. Great cutback shot. Perfect set as well that time from Yelsia.
So 22 serving 15 here in the second. Hawaii took set number 1 after trailing by as many as 8. They took it 25-19, finishing that set on a 19-5 run. That burn swing got a piece, so we play on. Here's Granato from off the net, and she hits it into the twine. Seven players to be honored in tonight's senior festivities.
It's about as big a class as I can remember. It's huge.
That is large. Of course, 3 of them were senior transfers, so as you referred to them last night, one-and-done type players. Burns, short-armed it, still got it to go.
I think she's going to give some credit to Angelica Youngquist, who works with the middles. I'm sure Angelica Youngquist maybe taught her a little bit of that cutback shot, although Angelica Youngquist was really known more for her slide maneuver to the outside, to the right side.
Another good serve by Faith Ma'afala. Oh, a wonderful layout effort there by Bowman to keep the sequence alive. But then Natasha Burns just adds to her stat line. Kill number 5 on her 10th attempt.
If she gets a mismatch in the middle, if she can go up at her 6'5" height, she can go over any block. It was a great effort by the Aggies that time to keep the ball alive.
Bowman, who was a Big West Conference all-freshman team selection a year ago, led the team in assists. Now splitting time with Maddie Merlino at the setter position. Allen gets the kill. It remains aloha ball here for Hawaii in set 2.
Malia Bolko with very quietly getting 13 digs to lead everybody on the floor. She did an amazing job as their Aggie libero.
Outside set, Yosia. Too hot for Bolko to handle that time. Yosia's 4th kill, and Hawaii takes set 2, 25-17. And so on senior night, the final match of the regular season, the Rainbow Wahine will have a chance to crack open the brew. Time to take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. CMAC, Hawaii up 2-0.
Kills are about even, but look at the errors. Davis with 14, Hawaii with 9. Kill percentage, not good for either team. Actually, Hawaii like to hit him more around 250, and Davis, they're well below their 200 average. Digs, again, about even, but look at that service aces to errors. Hawaii with 4 service aces, 2 of them by Janelle Gong. She came in and really did a good job, didn't she?
Absolutely.
It was fun to watch.
This was one of those nights that could have gone south early. Hawaii trailed by as many as 8 in that opening frame, and then absolutely turned it around, closed that set on a 19-5 run. Took a stranglehold about midway through in set number 2. What do you attribute Hawaii being able to do that to tonight?
Number 1, I don't think they wanted a repeat of the Santa Barbara match a few weeks ago. Number 2, I think they really are playing for the 7 seniors, and they want to make sure that they go out with a bang and not a whimper.
Well, fresh off the press, all right, little breaking news here for you. This is according to one Dave Shoji, legendary Rainbow Wahine volleyball coach of 42 years. He texts saying, with a win, according to his math, the Rainbow Wahine are in to the NCAA tournament. He has provided no evidence or anything else to support that claim. Reyn Yosia goes hard angling in and strikes first here in set number 3, but there's Dave next to his wife, Mary. He's been through this before, right? He's at least...
And he's been on the short end of it more often than not. How can he be so optimistic?
Exactly.
After what he's been through. He had 42 years of punishment by the NC2A.
That's right. Of being a lower seed than what was deserved, being sent to the far regions of the country, when you probably should have been more in a position to play in the comfort of your own arena. Middle set, and that's Jackson, pinballed around in return. Here's Strell, blocked and roofed. Burns in on another one.
Boy, Natasha Burns really hustled to get to that last one. And Castillo did a nice job of posting that outside block, but you got Burns hustle to get to the outside, takes off on 1 foot to get there, and tightens up that block. Ooh, Hawaii playing some good volleyball right now.
4 blocks
against
now.
a very good Davis team has been playing good defense.
4 blocks now for Natasha Burns. Karsaboom puts it down. All right, so let's delve further into that claim by Dave Shoji, because I think a lot of people have kind of come to the conclusion that, hey, look, it's probably likely a lost cause here, but Hawaii sits at number 57 in the RPI. A win tonight gets them to 18 on the season. A second-place finish behind a nationally ranked Cal Poly team in the Big West Conference. That would likely lead to their RPI either going up to the low 50s, or maybe they can eke into the 40s. Is that close enough? That is very much bubble. That is very much on the outer bubble. But is that enough in your opinion?
As Ryan Suji says, it's a bubble on the bubble.
Yeah, that's probably the accurate description there as Jackson finds the floor.
I think the chances are very slim, but you know, I've seen the NCAA do stranger things than to let a team that's low 50s, high 40s, especially when you get a win against a team in your league. You split with Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, who's ranked 10th in the country right now. That's a pretty significant victory.
Here's Yosia. Blocked back, good cover there, Ma'afala. So Akiu bump sets Granato from the back row. Diving save there by Karsaboom. And then Strel goes cross court and in. Strel putting together a pretty nice match. Now 5 kills, hitting up near 250.
And for Hawaii, Castillo with 6 kills and lead the way again. Granato with 5. Burns with 5. Yosia with 5. So the offense production being well distributed by both setters.
Yeah, Hawaii cleaning that part up. That was definitely one of the reasons for the turnaround in that first set after not even recording a kill well into the opening frame. They've hit at a high percentage since. Jackson with the ace on that last serve. Castillo responds with the put down. That was with some vigor. 4 serving 4 here in set number 3. It would be the ultimate irony, would it not, if the NCAA were to, after all of these years where Hawaii was in a position, at least so they thought, to have a beneficial seeding, a beneficial grouping, a beneficial travel schedule with regard to the NCAA tournament. It would be the ultimate irony if this, of all years, the NCAA decides to be what? Magnanimous towards the University of Hawaii and put them in to the NCAA tournament. That would add to the many, many instances of head scratchers.
That's correct. Well, we'll see. It'll be interesting to see if Dave Shoji can inform us better on how his math works.
Yeah. I think we are efforting, from what we are told, to see if we can get in there with the bracketologist himself, Dave Shoji.
So one of the things that Dave, I really think, does well is predict how the postseason is going to go and predict these numbers. He's really good at playing those mathematical games in general over his career. The lineups, he was really good game day and lineups and everything, all the shifting around needed to be done. Master at it.
Here's Castillo. Allen with the pickup. Moore going high hands, saved by Akiu. So backside set finds Gaskin. How about the one-hand save by Bowman to keep things going? Hawaii on the attack again. Middle set to Williams, popped up by Carsaboon. Here's Allen. Sends it long. Was there a touch? No touch. Point for Hawaii, and they're within 1.
Terrific defense being played there. Carsaboon. Bowman.
Looks like we're going to have a challenge here from Dan Connors. He's going to challenge the no-touch call. He feels like there was some contact there. And so Ernie Ho will put on the headset, and he'll take a look at this. Getting back to Dave Shoji, though, we poke a little fun at him. He's now one of our colleagues here on Spectrum Sports and part of the corner crew many times throughout the season. And there he is. But he has a feel for these kinds of things. He has been through this, and while the formula, the format has changed, some of the nuance of the selection committee criteria has been adjusted over the years. He has a certain feel for this kind of thing, and so he doesn't necessarily have the calculations laid out to support his theory. I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss it if it's Dave Shoji of all people saying it.
Yeah, I would not be quick to dismiss it at all. If he thinks that the low 50s, high 40s are going to get in, he can probably think back to the many, many years this tournament's been run. And he'll probably tell you, oh yeah, in the mid-70s, this is what happened. In the mid-80s, here's what happened. There's a team that got in that was 49. And in the 2000s, here's what, he can draw on 4 decades of experience with the NC2A and pretty much tell you that there are exceptions out there that will get in, and maybe Hawaii will be that one exception this year.
It becomes in many ways almost a referendum on Hawaii and the legacy that it established over the years within the women's college volleyball landscape, right? Reputation, even if it is not talked about as an official criteria, reputation most certainly has an impact and an influence in the selection process.
Absolutely. I would definitely say that. It's almost like, how do you not have UCLA in the tournament? How do you not have Hawaii in the tournament? UCLA is going to be a little bit of a bubble team as well. It's going to be tough.
Well, they decide to reverse the call, so a good challenge there by Dan Connors, but maybe we see a little bit of athletic and or poetic justice there as the serve goes out from UC Davis. Hawaii within 2 here, 5 serving 7 in set number 3. touch. That time by Allen is dug up. Gaskin from off the net. Didn't get all of it. Easy pickings there on the dig for Bowman. And then more going off the block. Block touching everything right now for Hawaii. Here's Granato through the block and down. That was a thin slice cross court.
I like the tempo of that set by Reyn Yosia. Block could not get up there in time because the ball was set out there so quickly. She dropped the height of the set, and the speed of the set was quicker. I know Granato loved it. She had a split block.
6 serving 7. Step out. And Granato says, oh, no, you don't. We're tied for the third time here in the third. With the career of McKenna Granato, one of the local players in the program out of Punahou, 2-time state champ there. All Big West Conference first teamer a year ago. Here's Gaskin. She'll get another crack at it, but she's blocked. It's Allen at 5'8", getting up there and putting up the wall.
Emily Allen was undersized outside. Puts that one straight back down. I think Gaskin took the right shot to pick on the small blocker, but Allen proving she's not such a small blocker. She's really athletic. And she won an award. It's called the Iron Aggie Award for her work in the weight room.
Williams is blocked back. Here's Granato. And she goes off the block and out. There's the other part of this too, and we discussed this even last year when Hawaii was in a similar predicament, having not won the conference championship. The eye test. When you look at this Hawaii team, and remember, some of their development was arrested by the fact that you had the threat of Hurricane Lane, and so they had cancellations early on. They didn't play the teams that probably carried the RPI cachet that they expected to early on in the year. But that said, you look at this team play volleyball, C-Mac, in your opinion, is this, according to the eye test, an NCAA tournament team?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great pancake save effort by Rico Aquino.
I'm glad you brought that up, because Hawaii really was, I think, put at a definite negative right there when they had to play Kansas State twice. They couldn't play UCLA. The Hurricanes coming through. Really, I thought, hampered the progress of this team, and it hurt their RPI as well. One big win in those early tournaments would have made all the difference in the world.
Carsaboom from off the net, dug up two-hand style by Yosia. Bump set Aquino to Gaskin, covered by Akiu. Gaskin again, dug up by Allen. That was a heater. Then Jackson is popped up. Gaskin getting the dig on that Jackson dink. Jackson in the middle, a harder swing this time, and it finds the floor. Davis competing here in this third set.
Maybe dig of the night right there by Emily Allen. Gaskin just delivered a heater down the laser beam down the line, and she popped it right up, kept the rally alive, gave Davis their 10th point.
Hawaii trailing by 2. Here's Granato through the block and down. Mack starting to compile some numbers here. 8 kills for her to go along with 6 digs, an ace, and a block. She's hitting .389. And here is Faith Ma'afala. Heard from her parents just a little while ago.
That serve is so difficult to pass. It's passing, going right along the net.
Backside to Yosia. The setter-to-setter connection strikes again.
That whole play was set up, though, by Ma'afala's serve that put UC Davis in an out-of-system situation. Perfect set, split block. Yosia takes advantage.
So we're tied at 10. Allen fields the serve. Carsaboom rising high. She gets so high up off of the ground.
She really does. She leads all players on the floor now with 9 kills, hitting .261. Again, she's having a strong end of the year. 16 kills last weekend against Santa Barbara. 6 kills against Hawaii in their September match.
Perfect pass there by Aquino. Here's Yosia. Great dig there by Allen. And then Strell goes off the block and out.
Allen once again the one who starts the transition play for UC Davis. Allen, a former volleyball, soccer, and track and field star in high school.
Now Burns pounded it into the net. And so a 3-point advantage for Davis. And they're starting to build a little bit of momentum here.
It's set way too low. And Mafala knew it.
Backside, Granato. Off the block and down. She is just going through that Aggies block right now.
She's so strong, hits the ball so hard. He just punishes the hands.
Give Mac now 9 kills, hitting .421 on senior night.
Would love to play professional volleyball, I think, next year overseas. At least she said that last night in the post-game interview.
And that's an ace. Well, she's gotten a little bit of U.S. national experience with regard to training. And so, yeah, I think the ceiling is pretty high and the possibilities very high for her to play overseas.
Exactly.
Almost followed it up with a second ace there. Here's Castillo off the block and out. You know, Casey's putting together a strong senior night match as well. 8 kills for her. She's up near 300.
Putting that together with last night's match with 14 kills.
Casey, who also has professional volleyball aspirations. Granato goes long.
And both Casey and McKenna both said they want to go overseas and play, and I think they'd be a good fit for some of those European leagues.
Here's Castillo. I love when they do it right on cue.
Yeah. As we're talking about this.
That's right.
They carry the ball to the floor.
It really helps from a production standpoint, so we appreciate it. 14 all. High ball set goes to Allen. She works the block to her advantage. And so Davis gets the 15 first. We got a timeout on the floor in set number 3.
Welcome back here to the Stan Sheriff Center. We're continuing to talk to some of the parents of the seniors. I'm joined now by Heather Castillo. Talk to us about what this experience has been like for you and your family. Obviously in California, your daughter playing here, but you guys come here frequently.
Yes, we do. We have a friend that owns a place on the North Shore, so we kind of lucked out. So this is home away from home for Casey.
Yeah, it's been great watching her play over the years. Of course, we're also joined by Noel Granato. You know, you guys have a lot of family members here. What has the support been like for your Ohana over the years and really supporting McKenna?
It's been really great. I have a lot of family here and a lot of family on the mainland that stay up late nights to watch the games late at night on the East Coast, Texas, and the West Coast. So they're all here. Most of them are here supporting her, flew in, and then all my extended family from Hawaii.
Well, thank you so much to both of you, and congratulations. Your daughters have been a great addition. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Yeah, a lot of the family and friends will be on the court with the players who will be honored during the senior ceremony. 7 players.
The largest ceremonies in recent memory.
Get comfortable.
To say the least, yeah. Could be a long night.
Tied at 15 here in the third. Hawaii taking the first 2 sets, so an opportunity to crack open the broom closet here, but can they finish the deal as the outserve by Yosia gives Davis the advantage. Robin Amos Santos thought that was in.
If she's in a challenge, she better do it before the next serve.
And she decides not to challenge it. Here's Bowman with the serve. Cue the pass on the money, goes outside to Castillo. Diving save there, Bolko. And a free chance here for Hawaii. Can they benefit? They do. Angel Gaskin with her 4th kill.
The connection between Yosia and Gaskin is one that has just gotten better and better as the season has progressed. Another one right on the money for Gaskin. Look at the split block as well, a late closing block. Credit Yosia for holding the block that way.
Gaskin, who we are told is hoping to play for the beach program in the spring. Williams got a good piece on that block. Aquino has to send a free ball the way of UC Davis. Right side, it's Mattis dug up. Here's Granato. Heavy-handed for sure, but Bolko with the up. Allen goes cross court and in. And Robin Amos Santos immediately asking for the challenge card, but she was convinced otherwise.
I wouldn't waste the challenge
by her assistants.
Oh, that was a pretty good shot.
Davis by a point. Crowd trying to turn up the dial a little bit. Diving pass, Akiu. Granato. How about that pass by Tita Akiu?
It's becoming old habit. You know, you watch her pass the ball now, it's just like ho-hum. And you know what? She's taking 60% of the court.
I mean, that wasn't a diving dig on some laser beam pin hitter. That was a serve that fooled everybody.
A knuckleball.
That relied solely on her.
Yeah,
and she made the play.
So athletic. Bolko's the same way on the other side. She was the same thing. She's just quietly going about her way and gotten her own 14 digs on the night.
Akiu with 12, double figures once again. She's only gone one match this season without double figures in digs. Hawaii up 1 in the third.
Welcome back. Well, we are now joined by head coach Dave Shoji. Moments ago, Dave, you texted our team here saying that Hawaii, if they win tonight, they're in the tournament. They want some answers. What is your reasoning for making that statement?
I didn't say they're in. I said they have a good chance. Okay. But I'm following it very closely now. We moved to like 53 after last night's win over Irvine. And if we win tonight, I think we're going to be like 50. And as I eliminate people down the RPI list, it's going to get to 50. In fact, I think it gets to 53. You take the 32 automatic qualifiers, and there's 32 more. And I got us right on the bubble. And I think tonight, because Davis has a pretty good record, and so our RPI will go up 3, 4, maybe 5 spots. We need some other teams to lose, though. Like Alabama's in there, and they lost today, so that was a good thing. So anyway, I'm predicting we're going to be in.
Okay, well, you heard it there. All these years, Hawaii has come on the short end of the stick. You're thinking this year they may make it.
Well, it's just mathematics, really. I mean, they go by the RPI. We only have one good win all season. That's against Cal Poly, but I don't know if they're really going to look at that. And if they look at that part, then I think we might be out.
Well, we'll see what happens. Dave Shoji, thank you so much for your thoughts. We'll send it back over to Kanoa and Chris.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Thanks a lot, Dave. As Davis has taken the lead here. That one did not hit the floor. It did. It certainly appeared from our perspective that it had touched the Terraflex, but that was a late whistle from the officiating crew. And now Dan Connors is going to challenge that call.
I'm pretty sure that ball hit the ground. Yeah, it was fun hearing Dave do his math there in his head. He's obviously done his homework on all the combinations and permutations of teams winning and losing. Who follows Alabama anyway? Anything but football. He's got to get a life other than following RPIs. You know what I mean?
But are you not like now twice as interested in Selection Sunday than you were coming to the arena?
Absolutely. I'm hook, line, and sinker. I'm all in.
Looks like that ball hit the Terraflex there. Yeah, interesting to hear that breakdown by Dave Shoji. Just makes it all the more compelling, all the more intriguing.
You know, if I'm a...
we don't know what the heck is going to happen.
You know, if I'm one of those ranked teams out there, I don't know if I want Hawaii in my region. I don't want them in my pod because they're playing some pretty good volleyball now.
All right, Ernie Ho going to make the call, and yes, it indeed hit the deck. I love how Dave also said, no, I didn't say that they were in. I said that I thought they might be in. No, Dave, you said they were.
Maybe you should retweet him his text.
Really great to see Dave and Mary, though, at the arena, right, and supporting this program. He was telling me just the other week that he has gotten another clean bill of health from his doctors, and so even that part of his life is going in a good direction, so we certainly are happy to hear that.
He's already got his postseason football plan. You know, his daughter Kobe is married to the special teams coach for South Carolina. He's already got that planned out. He's going to go see Kavika and Eric, who are playing on Russian and Poland teams. That's planned out for, I think, January, February. So he's got a pretty good life.
He's doing all right.
Still doing his stand-up paddling.
Yep, still doing his
Saturday mornings and plays his golf.
That's right.
A couple times a week.
In fact, he says now, because of the recent diagnosis from his doctor, that he's going to be allowed to play even more golf. So that bodes well for him. All right, we're tied at 20 here in set number 3. What, you have 2 sets to none. That serve handcuffed Okino a little bit. Yosia, though, with some fire. Great dig there by Allen. And a free chance for Hawaii. Ma'afala backside to Granato.
There's a pretty good option there. Granato behind, Burns in front, and Yosia on the left. So I think Ma'afala could not go wrong in that transition play. Again, a split block there. Burns went hard in the middle and held the middle blocker, giving Granato the split block. It's a hitter's dream.
12 kills for Mac, hitting .423 on senior night. Carsaboom off the block and out. You gotta like the spirit of Davis, right? They're hanging in there.
Yeah, they're fighting hard. Great digging team. They played some pretty good defense tonight. Offensively, though, not quite as strong as they would have liked.
Oh, what a pickup by Yosia. Granato couldn't get it over. As Jackson put up the stuff and a timeout taken by Robin Amos Santos. She doesn't want to see this match extended. Certainly the way some things have trended on the side of UC Davis.
Davis is playing some good volleyball. I'll tell you, they're really well coached by Dan Connors. You know, he's got a great resume. The guy knows how to coach. He's been at University of Illinois, Cal State University Northridge men's volleyball. He's been at Nebraska women, UCLA women. He was a player at UCLA. So Robin Amos Santos is going up against a grizzled veteran, and he's not going to make many coaching mistakes. And so these two teams, hence you're having a close match like this third set anyway.
Yeah, most competitive set so far tonight easily. All right, time now for the Akamai Roofing Report. We're going to take a look at the total team blocks tonight for Hawaii. How about that? 10 team blocks. This is a Hawaii team that coming into this match was averaging 1.8 blocks per set.
Yeah, and on the other side, Davis has only got 4 blocks all night long, but they're playing some terrific back row defense to keep the ball in play.
Well, don't forget, stick around for the Heineken postgame show coming up right after the match. That's going to include all of the senior celebration, as well as comments from our corner crew. Hawaii does senior night unlike any place else, as some of the members of the Rainbow Warrior basketball team in the house. They got a game on Sunday evening, part of a Rainbow Warrior, Rainbow Wahine doubleheader here on Spectrum Sports. The Wahine will be taking on Seattle University in the final game of the Bank of Hawaii Classic. We'll go on the air with Game On at 2 p.m. And then after that, it'll be the Rainbow Warrior basketball team taking on Northern Arizona. Here's Burns. Hawaii down a point here in set 3. Strell goes over the block. Handled by Granato. Bump set to Yosia. And she finds that end line.
I don't know how she did that, because she was all turning around making the dig and trying to get herself ready for an approach. It was basically just a step close and then rip away.
Oh, just got that end line. Huge point for Hawaii. And we have Sarah Liva coming back into the match now. So Robin Amos Santos going to the senior here in the late portion of set 3. Overpass. And a great one-hand set there to Jackson. Well done by the setter, Merlino. So 23 serving 22. Now follow, backside. It's Yosia again. The dink sniffed out by Strell. She was all over that. Here is Allen blocked back. Allen a second time goes over the block. Diving save Granato. Castillo from off the net. Dug up by Jackson. Right side, that's Strell off the block and down.
Credit the Aggies, great patience, great defense, and what enthusiasm, great celebration there by Leonie Strell.
Yeah, it didn't look like Strell had a good angle on it. Certainly the approach was unorthodox, and yet she's still able to get the point. Strell now with 7 kills, hitting .333 in this match.
And she averages less than 2 kills a set, so she's over that for sure, being very productive, overachieving, so to speak, tonight.
So if you're Robin Amos Santos in this huddle, this is senior night, you're up 2 sets to none, but you're trailing by 2 here on Aloha Ball in set 3. What are you telling your players?
5 out of the 6 players out there are seniors, so set the senior. Real simple, simple strategy. Just set any senior you want. Just set one. I think Robin Amos Santos is probably telling the team that if you get a good pass, I think going to Granato on the outside is probably the wisest choice. I'm sorry, Castillo's in the front.
Yeah, Granato in the back row in this rotation.
You know, I think a back set to Yosia is a good one right now. Go hard in the middle, make Liva look like she's going to get it, and then hope that block jumps with her, and then fake going to Castillo and go back to Yosia.
Gotta get that pass.
Although, you know, the way Castillo's been hitting the last 2 nights, it might not be a bad idea to go to her on the outside as the first option. She's been hitting for a really high percentage. Right now she's hitting over 300. Only 2 mistakes all night long.
So Davis trying to extend this match. Aloha Ball in the 3rd. Good pass by Akiu. Backside, it's Yosia by the double block and down. So exactly what you drew up.
If you've been around the game long enough, I suppose you make a few good guesses now and then.
Still Aloha Ball for Davis, but it's Yosia serving. Gets it in. Davis out of system. It's Allen from off the net. Dug up by Akiu. Hawaii on the attack. Outside Castillo. Misses the court wide. Tried to go line. And Davis takes set number 3. There will be no sweep on senior night. We head to a 4th. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. So UC Davis, to their credit, trying to make it a more laborious senior night for the Rainbow Wahine here in this final regular season match of 2018. How did the Aggies do that? They did not blink in what was an opportunity for Hawaii to seal the sweep.
So they had an offense that was well distributed. They had 3 players with 4 kills each and another player with 3 kills. So Hawaii had trouble blocking them when they're that unpredictable as to where the set's going to go. And for Hawaii, McKenna Granato, she did everything she could to finish the night early. She had 7 kills all by herself, and she averages about 3.5 kills a set. So she doubled her normal output for a set output.
Yeah, 7 kills, no errors, in fact. Davis hit 317 in that 3rd set compared to 298 for Hawaii. So here we go to a 4th here at the SSC. Some good positive body language on the UC Davis side of the net.
They look fired up. They feel like, oh, we got a chance to win this thing.
You know, one of the difference makers, I think, certainly in that 3rd set was Leonie Strell for UC Davis. 3 kills in that third stanza, but they came at very timely moments as Carsabun tries to strike first. Oh, Granato and Ma'afala collide on the play, but they're back up trying to play through it. Here's Carsabun going off the hands of the block and down, and Ma'afala limping a little bit after that play. She has the knee brace on that left knee, and it kind of looks like she's favoring it a bit.
Granato came up a little limping too. You know what? Robin Amor Santos loves the way the two of them went for that ball. Didn't let it drop between them.
Akiu with the pass on the money, and then the perfect set. Ma'afala to Burns. Let's take another look at this collision here. Granato and Ma'afala. It was not head on, but it was awkward enough, certainly for Ma'afala again with that.
I think she twisted at that knee, left knee of hers.
Good serve there by Granato, gets UC Davis out of system. Ma'afala goes backside to Yosia. Low set though, so she has to just dink it over. Now it's Jackson in the middle, diving save. Akiu. Castillo is dug up by Bolko. Outside, Allen through the block and down. But how about Tita Akiu pulling out the spatula?
Well, she just never ceases to amaze in the way she puts out an all-out effort on every play.
High ball set outside to Castillo. Now it's the Davis block that's getting a piece of just about everything Hawaii's offering. Ma'afala backside, Yosia. Dug up by Carsabun. Strel tried to punch it over the net. She is certainly unorthodox at times. That was maybe a little too unorthodox, but she has given some strong contribution to this UC Davis effort for the last couple of sets.
She brings that great size to an already tall lineup. She's 6'4". It's almost Natasha Burns size.
Allen dug up by Ma'afala, so it's Akiu taking on the setting responsibilities. Castillo goes off the block and out. That's kill number 10 for Casey, so double-digit kills for the 9th time this season. And Hawaii jumps in front. Hitting 259 on the night. Bolko sets up Allen into the net. Hawaii by 2.
Allen there looking for the small blocker, Yosia. Just dropped her arm a little bit, hit into the cable and down. Hawaii, the beneficiary of that low swing.
Allen will get another stab at it here. The dink, diving pancake save Ma'afala, and then punched over by Williams. Allen this time goes off the block and down.
Low and fast set to the outside. A little unorthodox. Hard. Watch it. Ma'afala pops that thing up and watch her. She comes up. Oh, she comes up on one leg. She doesn't want to put any weight on that left knee, does she?
Yeah, she is playing through some discomfort. It is quite obvious. Sets up Williams in the middle. Set was a little high. And so Williams missing the floor wide, and Davis ties it up at 4. So a little bit of adversity here for the Rainbow Wahine to fight through. Now as we are in set number 4, Yosia off the block and out. Yosia now with 9 kills, 14 assists, 9 digs, 5 blocks.
So she's 1 dig and 1 kill away from another triple-double.
Would be number 5 on the year. And there is now Amo Santos talking to Ma'afala as Yosia goes into the net on the serve. Ma'afala, though, you can tell, I mean, even just walking down to the end of the bench, seems to be favoring that knee just a tad.
She is so tough, though. Nothing's going to stop her.
That's a good point. Pass tight to the net and put down by Alexa Rockus. Rockus, a 6'1" sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona. Injury shortened her season last year after 16 matches. And right now it's Davis on top. And Hawaii looking a bit listless. Out serve will help. We're tied at 6.
Young lady Akiu certainly had a good night as well. She's served well, passed well.
Akiu with the dig there. You'll see it outside to Granato off the block and down. The MAC attack is locked in right now.
It is. Let's make sure her senior night is a memorable one. 13 kills, 1 air game, 444. Those are some huge numbers. 8 digs to go along with that. A couple service aces.
That's Mattis blocked and roof. Williams next to Granato.
Good hustle to her left as Williams. And Granato does a good job of moving the block inside so Williams doesn't have to travel as far.
Davis did a good job adjusting to that Hawaii block in the 3rd set. That's going to end up being basically an ace for Rico Aquino. And that forces Dan Connors to signal for a timeout. Hawaii up 3, a 4-0 run. Well, it's not just the players' family in the house that happens to be the mother of Hawaii assistant coach Angelica Ljungqvist. Also in the house. And what an influence Angelica's been on this team, particularly the middle blockers, particularly that middle blocker next to her.
Yeah, I think Angelica's had a lot to do with the growth and the becoming of Natasha Burns.
Well, Hawaii up 3 out of the timeout. Outside set goes to Carsaboom down the line and long. Was there a touch? No touch. And so that's a point for Hawaii. They're up 4. Dan Connors now goes to his bench. Nicola Moore coming into the match. She will replace Mattis. Hawaii took the first 2 sets, but UC Davis held tough, dug in, claimed the 3rd. Here we are in the 4th. Hawaii up 4. Carsaboom against the double block. Tug up by Akiu, and then Gaskin missed the floor.
Yeah, one thing I'm sure Gaskin's had to get used to is the quick play of Hawaii, how many balls they keep alive. To play with somebody like Akiu, you better be ready all the time, because just when you think a ball is going down to the floor, she pops it up.
7 serving 10, it's Balco with the serve. You'll see it goes middle to Williams. That was a good swing, but a great block by Jackson. Now it's Granato's turn, and she delivers.
Another laser. A Granato laser. That ball arrives in a hurry. Defense doesn't have a chance to really react.
It's starting to feel like one of those nights, right? McKenna Granato has had several of these throughout her career, where the eyes get a little wider, the swings get a little firmer, and the numbers gaudy. Here's Gaskin. That's more down the line, dug up by Aquino. Here's Mac. Blocked and roof, but Aquino keeps it alive. Mac now touches it to the back row, and it is Balco with the save. Carsaboom dug up by Yosia over the net. Here's Moore now on the opposite side, hits the pin, and a point for Hawaii. They're up 5.
Some good patience by the Rainbow Wahine. As Davis was bringing all their power, Hawaii just kept digging up ball after ball.
Dan Connors asking about the timeout total. Davis with 1 remaining compared to 2 for Hawaii. One hand set, it's Jackson blocked by Burns. Moore swings it over Burns with the 2-handed save, air quotes, as Granato is dug up by Allen. Burns getting a good piece of that swing right there.
Burns is everywhere. She's everywhere.
She's touching the volleyball all over the court. Here's Granato, blocked and roofed. Lauren Jackson.
LJ doing her number, her best Natasha Burns impression for Davis. Great block by LJ.
So 8 serving 12. Garcia goes middle to Burns. Carsaboom didn't get much of an approach there. That was just a straight hop and swing.
Carsaboom, she loves those low, fast sets to the outside where she faces a split block. See, Burns couldn't quite get there. Carsaboom made her pay for it.
Backside, here's Gaskin. Overpowering the block that time.
That was a sheer muscle. The block was well formed. The block, instead she goes high hands and just powers it.
Gaskin, the senior transfer from Maryland. First lefty hitter since Johanna Sam in this program. Carsaboom into the net, and Hawaii with a little bit of breathing room. Serving 9. And we're going to have a miss hit. That was Lauren Jackson trying to take on the setting responsibilities.
I was watching Ma'afala. She came off the service line to see if she was going to be running to her defensive position. She looked pretty good that time. Didn't look like she was favoring it, wasn't limping.
Had a chance on the bench through the rotation to have Renee Shigemura, the team trainer, take a look at it. Carsaboom took something off. Burns just continues to get a piece of everything Davis has to offer, including that time, but this occasion Carsaboom works the block to her advantage.
She picks up kill number 15. She's hitting 203. Also got 8 gigs. She's almost ready for a double-double.
Toss on the jump serve. Burns! Oh, that was heavy-handed. Good dig by Bolko. Chance now for Hawaii. Ma'afala limping when she got back up off of that dig. Granato, meanwhile, off the block and down. That's her 15th kill. And we're seeing pure guts now on display from Faith Ma'afala, C-Mac.
She definitely is favoring that left knee for sure. Hopefully it's just a minor twist, temporary.
Here's Strell. Leonie Strell, redshirted last year. As you mentioned, out of Calabasas High School, where she led that program to a record number of wins in her senior year.
Opposing her size there at 6'4" and good reach. She just goes over blocks when she feels like it.
Bright future. The bump set to Yosia. Here's Strell again. 2 blockers up, and it's a big block. And a net violation called against Strell. That was Burns and Castillo on the other side, Chris.
One thing you don't want is to have a player from the opposing team come under the net in a close, tight play like that.
Here's Allen, block out a piece, diving one-hand save Ma'afala. Castillo down the line and gets the point.
These fans appreciate good volleyball. That may have been Hawaii's best defensive transition to offense play of the night.
Davis signals for its final timeout. Welcome back. There you see the arithmetic here so far. Hawaii taking the first 2 sets. Aggies fought back in the third, and right now it is Hawaii up 7 in set number 4.
Aggies offense struggling here in the 4th set, hitting 0-0-0, 8 kills, 8 errors.
Out serve coming out of the timeout by Tita Akiu. Now a couple of subs back in for UC Davis. Paloma Bowman, the setter, and Josie O, the middle hitter. Senior night. Once again, the Heineken postgame show coming up after the match. The corner crew coverage will include the senior night festivities. Serve into the net by Bowman. How would you characterize, obviously it's a large senior class, but how would you characterize the impact of this senior class, having two, unlike almost every senior class in the history of the program, there's only been a few that have had to deal with a coaching change in the midst of their career.
Yeah, I think this class will be identified by that. You know, 4 players who played for Dave Shoji for 2 years. They played for Robin Amos Santos for 2 years, and 3 players who came just to play for Robin Amos Santos. I think that's going to be the story. Adjusting to a new coach is not easy. A brand new coach adjusting to new players is not easy. So the fact they've melded so well together for the most part, I think has been a real testament to the success of this particular year.
There's Castillo off the block and out. Going up against that 6-6 block attempt of Josie O near that pin. Castillo wins the battle. And that's kill number 12 for her. So a strong senior night performance for Casey. Now Rico Aquino to serve. Good pump set there by Aquino to Granato. Davis couldn't handle it off the ricochet.
Everything Granato touches seems to turn to gold.
Having one of those evenings.
16 kills, hitting 412. You know, most outside hitters these days hit around, they're good. They're happy with a 250 to 275 night. And Granato hitting 412 is amazing.
One of the most prolific hitters in the history of the program. Here's Gaskin. Goes off the block and down. It's interesting, though, that you pointed out the senior transfers. You throw Faith Maafala into the mix as well. You're talking about a class that includes a lot of players who started their careers elsewhere. And in the case of Faith Maafala, it's the old discussion of, if you're the University of Hawaii, how far open do you keep the door for some of the Hawaii high school products that make the decision to leave initially for their collegiate career as the roof was up? Gaskin next to Williams. Dan Connor's going to challenge some element of the call here.
I think he was calling for a net violation. Maybe it could have been a center line violation, but I think that ball was hit the floor before the players landed. The ball came down really fast. Solid block.
Not exactly sure what element of that play Dan Connors is challenging. It appeared as though it hit the floor. Oh, so Dan Connors is suggesting that it was a kick save, in essence. A very illegal move. You can basically save
use your whole body.
The ball, yeah, with any part of your body. And so he's saying that it goes off of the foot.
Or did it hit the floor?
Of Bowman. It certainly looked like from that angle it at least got part of the floor, but kind of difficult to tell.
Well, when you're out of timeouts like Dan Connors is, that green card comes in handy.
That's true.
Malia Boko is challenging it. She's, if anybody's got the volleyball IQ and knows all the plays of the game, it's Malia Boko. She's one of all those digs on the night. She's got 22.
See if this angle helps out. Let's see, from that angle, looks like, I mean, it definitely gets a piece of Paloma Bowman's foot. And Allen was there on the second touch, so if it goes off of the foot, the rally should have been extended. The only question is, was part of the floor contacted by the volleyball as well as the foot?
Exactly. I think a great call would be to do a play over.
We might see that. See if this angle helps. Looks like it gets a piece of the floor there.
Straight up, yeah. It looks like it is. The linesman immediately called it on the floor.
Yeah. I think that may have been the best angle. We'll see. It's going to be a replay, like you called. So a good challenge there by Dan Connors. Looked like, at least from that angle, that there very well could have been a piece of the floor contacted, but it definitely made contact with the foot. That is undeniable.
Yeah. Oh, what a night she's had. 22 digs. Akiu with 18. Liberos have had a field day tonight.
Yeah, overpass, Granato puts it down. So after all that, it winds up a point for Hawaii anyway. Credit Okino on the serve. Okino, by the way, also a 10-dig night for her, Seaman.
Yeah, she's had a good night, I'm telling you. See what Granato did as soon as she tapped the ball down? She turned around, pointed to Okino saying, hey, my job was easy. Just tap it down. Yours is hard, forcing an overpass.
Here's Carsaboom down the line and in.
Carsaboom with 16 kills, only one shy of McKenna Granato, the two most prolific hitters on the floor.
Crowd making some noise. You'll see it goes backside. Gaskin powers through the block.
Gaskin, after a slow start, has come on now to get 7 kills. She was hitting negative numbers early on. She's come on to hit for high 100s, hitting, she's hitting 2. And Gaskin hitting 174.
So they rise here at the SSC. Aloha ball for the match. Gong with the serve. Outside, Carsaboom blocked and roof. Gaskin next to Burns. 2 of the seniors to be celebrated tonight in fitting fashion. Shutting the door on this final match of the regular season. Hawaii wins it 25-19, 25-17. They drop the third 22-25, but they win it in 4, 25-14. The Rainbow Wahine will finish the regular season 18-8, 14-2 in the Big West Conference. UC Davis falls to 16-12. They are an even 8-8 in the league. The only question now, is it, might it be, could it possibly be enough to get Hawaii into the NCAA tournament? Scott Robbs is with Robin Amo Santos.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Talking over here with Coach Robin. And Coach, I thought it was appropriate that the final point that went down was on a block. Your blocking tonight was outstanding.
It's getting better. Hopefully you get a chance to keep playing. Better late than never.
Dave Shoji thinks you'll keep playing. That's what he said to us during the match. He thought that a win tonight would get you into the tournament. There is uncertainty, obviously. Selection show's not till next Sunday. What do you do between now and then?
Practice. We'll take Saturday off. We'll have our banquet on Sunday. Come back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Have some turkey. Black Friday. Come back on Saturday and Sunday.
Let's hope this is not the end. Thanks, Robin.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Thanks a lot. We'll find out 2 Sundays from now. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Brianna Carsaboom, 16 kills, hit 238, 8 digs, and an assist. And, of course, the seniors for Hawaii, 7 players who will be honored here tonight in the seniors celebration. CMAC, it's been fun. Another season in the books. See you when the men take the floor.
All right, 7 weeks from now.
That's right. Don't forget the Heineken postgame show, which includes the senior night festivities coming up after this break. But for now, for Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. We bid you aloha from the Stan Sheriff Center.
From Spectrum Sports, it's the Heineken postgame show.
And welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center, where it's over. Hawaii has won in 4, but it's not POW on the Terraflex. Time now to celebrate the seniors Here's the Master of Ceremonies, Billy V.
Fans, at this time, please direct your attention to center court. Here representing the University of Hawaii Federal Credit Union, our Member Services Manager, Debbie Wilson, Member Services Representative, Lindy Robello, and Marketing Specialist, Riley Yamamoto. Joining them on the court is UH Associate Athletics Director for Student Services and Senior Women's Administrator, Lois Manning. Please give them a hand. The first player we are honoring tonight is a fourth-year junior who will be graduating this May with a Bachelor of Arts degree in biology. She has appeared in 62 career matches and accumulated 335 kills with a .324 career hitting percentage. This year, she led UH with 86 total blocks while posting a career-high 171 kills. She says the best part of being a Rainbow Wahine has been getting to play for such a historic program and being a part of the legacy that is the Rainbow Wahine. Her favorite moment was beating Cal Poly earlier this season, and she will miss the team, the coaches, and the fans. She hopes to become an animal conservationist to raise awareness and educate people on animals while doing research in interesting places with organizations like Sea Shepherd. Fans, please put your hands together from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Middle hitter, number 6, Natasha Burns.
And there we see Natasha Burns being greeted by her family, making the way all the way from Canada. She started out her career with an injury, had to redshirt her freshman year, and really has come on strong in this her senior season, becoming an impact player, the go-to player in the middle, on record as the tallest Wahine volleyball player in program history. But more than just her physical attributes, she's a great teammate.
Absolutely, and it's been so wonderful to see her grow over the years. When she first arrived here as a freshman, you know, she was a young teenager, but still 6'5", and she was growing into her body. And now to see her become a mature, phenomenal middle blocker has
Joining
been
Natasha
really awesome.
Cherry and Greg.
There you see her with her family. Oh, and that's her roommate who's on the track team.
Parents,
her mom greeting her there.
Parents are Jerry and Greg Burns, making the way all the way from Canada.
I don't know where to put this. Second one on here. I got like a... Wait, we have one. Oh, yeah, that one.
Our first senior joined the team after spending 3 seasons at Texas Tech. This year, she has started every match and is one of 3 players to play in every set. In just 1 year, she has amassed 441 digs, 89 assists, 13 aces, and 1 kill. She has had double-digit digs in all but one of UH's 25 matches. She twice earned Big West Defensive Player of the Week honors for her stellar defense. Her favorite part of playing here has been being able to play in front of her family, playing in front of the thousands of UH fans who love volleyball, and playing with awesome teammates for an amazing coaching staff. She has loved having the opportunity to inspire anyone watching that anything is possible. She will graduate this May with a degree in political science and wants to either continue volleyball, playing or coach, or pursuing a master's degree in kinesiology. Fans, show your aloha one last time from Honolulu, the libero, number 7, Reyn Tita Akiu.
And Tita Akiu continuing on in that tradition of fantastic local liberos, a player who dreamed of being a Rainbow Wahine, had to go away first to be able to achieve that dream. And it's just sad that we only got to see her play for 1 year. The Kamehameha product has certainly put herself on the map. Having a name like Tita, a lot of responsibility, as there's a lot of comparisons to another Tita Ahuna, but she has certainly made a name for herself and has become one of the program's all-time great liberos.
And I think Coach Robin said it well in one of her interviews. She is truly a silent leader. You can tell on the court she is just such a positive presence and is really stable in the backcourt. And there you see her with her dad giving her a hockey.
And I got to tell you, there are a lot of supporters here for Tita here in the stands here. We saw them with their shirts, and that's also another tradition that has just started in the past 8 seasons, this tradition of each senior having their own custom-made t-shirt. There's a lot of different designs here in the stands with 7 seniors here tonight.
Our next senior transferred to Hawaii after playing her first 3 seasons at Maryland. This season, she has played in all 26 matches while tallying 134 kills, 44 blocks, and 29 digs as an outside hitter. Her favorite part about playing for Hawaii has been the amount of love and support from all of the fans, and that she's had the opportunity to make lifelong friends. Her favorite moment was beating Cal Poly here in the Stan Sheriff Center earlier this season. She will graduate this summer with a degree in art, and she plans to play beach volleyball in the spring and wants to attend grad school and play overseas. Fans, one last time, give it up from Tampa, Florida, number 13, Angel Gaskin.
And Angel Gaskin, who said she came to Hawaii because she wanted to be a Rainbow Wahine. She wanted to be able to play in this environment and play a high-level volleyball. And really, she had that opportunity to play with this team. From the first day that she was here, she said she felt like this was home. She felt like this is where she belonged. And she really has become an offensive weapon for this team. The first left-handed opposite for the Rainbow Wahine in program history, really making a name for herself in just 1 year. You see her being greeted by her parents, Aaron and Cedric, who made their way all the way from the East Coast.
And while this is only her 1 and only year with us as a Rainbow Wahine, she definitely has left a meaningful impact on this program.
Our third senior had a circuitous route to play here at Hawaii. After graduating from Mililani High School, she spent 2 seasons playing volleyball at Portland State and 1 season playing basketball at Hawaii Pacific. After taking a year off just going to school, she had 1 season of eligibility left and took a chance and was able to make the team and play her final collegiate season as a Rainbow Wahine. This season she has played in 25 matches, while putting down 149 kills and 42 blocks. She is second in the Big West with a .355 hitting percentage. Her most memorable moment was at the very beginning of the season when her teammates literally pulled and pushed her to help finish the mile run under the time limit. They had her back then and still has her back now, and she would do anything for them. The best part of playing here has been her amazing, talented teammates, playing for such an elite coaching staff, and all the constant love and support from the fans of Hawaii. She just changed her major, so she will be graduating in the spring of 2021 in elementary education. She plans to become an elementary school teacher and eventually wants to earn her master's in counseling. Fans, please show your aloha from Mililani, Oahu, middle blocker, number 15, Sarah Liva.
And Sarah Liva serving her ball into the tunnel, and really she has had a journey to become a Rainbow Wahine. We heard from the announcer just moments ago of that path that took her to Portland, to HPU, then to finally come here and play at the University of Hawaii. And I think one of the things that we'll miss most about Sarah Liva is just her passion for the game. You could see it after every kill, and just the way that she was able to lead her team just emotionally. You see her being greeted by her brother Isaac, who had a stint with the Rainbow men's volleyball team. But this is another thing that made her appreciate playing here, was the support of her family.
So special for Sarah Liva to be ending her volleyball career here in her home in front of the amazing fans of Hawaii.
Our fourth senior transferred to UH after playing 2 seasons at Southern Utah. After redshirting in 2016, she has played the last 2 seasons, appearing in 43 matches, including starting all 26 this season. She has posted 719 career assists, 250 digs, and 36 service aces. This season, she has dished out 613 assists with 202 digs and 27 service aces. Her most memorable moment was when the team would have a group hug with Coach Robin in the middle. It's a short moment, but nothing else mattered other than being together as one family. Also being able to be part of the legacy that is the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball program has been amazing. She will miss the crowd on game days because there are no other fans that can compare. She started off coming as a little girl sitting in the stands, and now that her playing time is over, she will go back to being a part of the crowd supporting UH. She will miss her teammates and the coaching staff. She will graduate next month with a degree in Human Development and Family Studies. She hopes to further her passion for volleyball, whether it be playing or coaching, and she would like to pursue a career in massage therapy. Fans, let's show our aloha for team captain from Kapolei-Oahu, setter number 12, Faith Ma'afala.
And there you see the emotion by Faith Ma'afala. And I got to tell you, if you are a local girl watching this, this is the player that you want to emulate. Faith Ma'afala has been such a great example of what hard work and heart looks like. She comes from, of course, a family with a very famous and talented last name in the Ma'afalas. And she has continued on in that tradition of great athletes. And the reason why she came home was to play in front of her grandmother, who unfortunately passed away before she began to officially play here as a Rainbow Wahine. But she said she knows that her grandma has been watching her for these past 2 seasons and has felt the presence of her throughout her career.
And I remember her grandmother watching her even in high school and in the club days. I knew Faith, I think, since I was about 14 years old. And her grandmother would be so proud of her and her career she's had here at the University of Hawaii. She is such a special player.
And a lot of the Ma'afalas here. You see her mother, Caroline, her father, Benson. We talked to them during the matches. Also her sister, Jasmine, another strong supporter of Faith, and brothers Benson Jr. and Joshua also here, along with a lot of the extended Ma'afala Ohana.
Our next senior is just one of 4-year letter winners on the team. She has appeared in 95 career matches with 21 starts this season. During her career, she has recorded 457 kills, 113 blocks, 165 digs, and 16 aces. Her favorite part of playing at Hawaii has been representing not only herself and her family, but representing the team and the legacy of the Rainbow Wahine program. Representing the state of Hawaii has meant a lot to her. She has been blessed to get to know so many teammates through the years, and the coaching staff has made a huge impact on her life, and she's extremely grateful for that. Her most memorable moment was going to the NCAA Tournament's Elite Eight as a freshman and going to Disneyland. She'll be graduating with a degree in psychology this spring and wants to play professionally overseas. Fans, please put your hands together one last time for number 17 from Oceanside, California, Castillo.
And Casey Castillo, a player that has played in a multitude of positions during her career, but more than anything else has just been a steady teammate for this team. She is somebody that a lot of players can count on for a laugh. In fact, at one point in her season, her teammates voted her the best dressed as well. But a player that has really come on strong here in her senior year, provided that leadership, provided that offense, and certainly a player that will be missed by both her teammates and coaching staff.
Absolutely, and the team will definitely miss her humor. She is one of the funniest people I've ever met. And there you see her being greeted by her dad, Francisco, mom, Heather. Lots of support tonight. Oh, that's her brother, where she gets her humor from.
Our final senior is a 4-year letter winner who has started the last 52 straight matches over the past 3 seasons. This year, she leads UH at 313 kills and 37 service aces. Last week, she became just the 20th Rainbow Wahine in history to record 1,000 career kills. Overall, she has amassed 1,044 kills, 739 digs, 108 aces, and 102 total blocks. She has recorded 11 double-doubles with 17 double-digit kill matches this season. Her favorite part of playing for Hawaii has been playing here at the Stan Sheriff Center and experiencing the pride of being a Rainbow Wahine. And the best part has been representing the state of Hawaii. Her most memorable moment was defeating Cal Poly this season, and she will miss being with her teammates. Whether it's running the mile every day for 2 weeks or winning a huge game together. She will graduate this spring with a degree in human development and family studies, but she would like to play overseas before coming back to continue her education. Fans, let's show you aloha one final time from Kailua, Oahu. Outside hitter, number 3, McKenna Granato.
McKenna Granato, one of the most highly recruited players coming out of Hawaii, had a stellar career at Punahou and really came on and became an immediate player coming off the bench her freshman season, seeing some significant playing time off the bench, and then really establishing herself as an offensive force from her sophomore season on. You can see the emotion as she hugs head coach Robin Amo Santos, someone who she's played under as club as well. But there are a lot of Granatos also in the house, a lot of family support for McKenna.
And I've had the privilege of playing with her and watching her grow ever since she was a freshman in high school. And she's really evolved into a player that I think has inspired so many young girls across the state of Hawaii.
Yeah, an undersized outside hitter, but just a whip of an arm. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people will remember McKenna for, the velocity at which she hits this ball. And she works hard. In the offseason, she actually does some crossfitting. She is somebody that has really worked hard in this her senior season and has been that go-to player for Hawaii.
What a large senior class you see right there. 7 Rainbow Wahine. Hopefully not playing their final match, but definitely their final match here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Let's take a look now at some highlights of this past season, and stick around when we come back. We'll hear from the seniors.
I've been blessed to have had lots of really great coaches here with Dave and Jeff and all the people that came through, Tom, Lindsay, Robin as an assistant my first year. And then, now having the coaching staff that we do now with Robin as the head coach and Ange and Kaleo and Evan, it's just been a lot of knowledge that is there and available for us. And so I've had an opportunity to really learn what they have to teach me, especially Coach Ange. You know, she was a 4-time All-American middle. It's been amazing. I'm gonna miss waking up in my apartment with my roommate, to coming to volleyball practice and seeing all my teammates, and I miss all the teammates that have come and gone. I'm gonna miss the island, going to the beach, gonna miss the warm weather.
This is a place where I definitely see myself and definitely want to take the opportunity and have a different experience from my last year. It's been amazing. It's definitely a different experience than Maryland altogether, like school-wise and volleyball-wise, but just so grateful, and the people I've met are definitely, even though it's been a short amount of time for me compared to the rest of the girls on the team, there's definitely lifelong relationships that I've formed here. So that's the biggest takeaway for me. A lot of pride and a lot of fight, and it's very special here. That's not something that a lot of other programs have. They have it, but it's just different here. It means something more and something special, and especially getting to know the history of the program and having coaches that have played here, and just the legacy that goes with the whole Wahine volleyball program is something I didn't know the extent of before I got here, and then had the pleasure of learning about, and then a constant reminder every day with the coaches and the program and the people that are around, the fans and everything.
I got one more chance, and the fact that I thought it was gone, I thought I didn't have any years left, is what made it so much more just an easy decision, honestly. The opportunity that I was given to finally play at home, my dream school, play in front of my family and stuff, it was an easy decision for me. I'm gonna miss the girls. I'm gonna miss them a lot. As hard as it was waking up early for spring practices and going in the weight room and running and stuff, I'm gonna miss just being around them, just having that family around you at all times. I'm just thankful. I'm so thankful that I got to play here, and there's no other school anywhere that I would rather be.
Growing up here, obviously, we came to games, and especially playing volleyball when you're growing up, you're coming with your club team or your school team, and just watching all the girls that came before you, and the ones that stood out were all from Hawaii, like Kanani Danielson or Anelli, or all of these girls, and being able to be there now in their place, playing in front of other girls, other young girls, is just even more special. There's so much I'm gonna miss. Just being able to play, I guess, but mostly playing in front of a crowd that loves the sport as much as you do. I guess being able to play for them, knowing that each game they're there to support you no matter what.
It's definitely been a time of growth, and I think just coming in as a naive freshman and not knowing what to expect, and then coming out of it a senior, it's just the transition of myself, my teammates, and even, the coaching staff. It's just been one of growth, knowing what I need to work on, not only on the volleyball court and in school, but just as a person, and learning from mistakes. And I think being part of a program like Hawaii Volleyball is something that you have such a big family to go through that together with, and it's not just you that's growing up, it's girls, and I don't know, it's I have a bunch of big sisters that I got to grow up with. Definitely the community, and just that you're representing so much more than yourself. It's more than your family and your team. It's, it's the whole state and the Pacific, so it's just an honor to be able to represent that and wear it across our chest and go out there and represent Hawaii.
Once I started thinking more about the volleyball aspect and what I wanted in a program, looking at Hawaii and growing up here in Hawaii, going to the games, seeing the atmosphere, I think that's something I wanted to be a part of. It's not just about right now, it's not just about us playing, it's about so many different things, and the people before us and what they've done to kind of create this program is huge. And I think looking at that, and also on top of being able to represent such a beautiful state to the rest of the mainland is amazing. Sports gives you an opportunity to find friends that you'll have forever, and I think that's like the best part. Like you go through so much with these girls, like the ups and the downs, the winning, the losing. Like some of the best moments of your life is with the girls, and I think that is what I'm gonna miss the most.
I can't tell you how much it's been a blessing for me. I can't put into words how amazing it feels to be able to come back home and to be here right now. Within these 3 years, I've learned to appreciate my home, appreciate UH, appreciate people that do the little things to show us, that we matter and that we're actually making an impact here on the island, and that's amazing to me. I'm grateful for my redshirt year. It's built a lot of character in me and has shown me that I can contribute in so many other ways other than on the court. And now in my 3rd year, being a starter, it's an honor, and I think I have to give a lot of thanks to Coach Robin. For a coach to have that much faith in you, I wouldn't be able to do or be where I am today if she didn't have faith in me. To wear that H on my chest and all around, being able to represent Wahine Volleyball, it's an honor, truly an honor, and I'm grateful for it.
Welcome back to the Heineken Post-Game Show.
And back inside the Stan Sheriff Center, we're on senior night. The Bows are victorious over the Aggies of UC Davis in 4. So a terrific, as always, senior ceremony. We say it every year. We'll say it after every sport. It's true. Hawaii does it better than anybody else. But Hawaii comes away with the win. They won last night against UC Irvine like they needed to. So they conclude the season at 18-8. They'll finish 14-2 in the Big West in 2nd place. I guess the question is it enough?
That is the big question. I mean, if you saw the broadcast, we heard from bracketologist Dave Shoji, who stated his case as to why this team should be in the NCAA tournament. But before we talk about that, this was a very good match, I think, for Hawaii. They were tested at times. We saw them actually drop in that 3rd set, but I think this team continued to rebound. They stayed steady, and we saw some great play by some of the players that we've seen all season long. Angel Gaskin, the senior, really came on strong at the latter part of the match, providing that offensive lift for Hawaii, and the blocking looking really well for Hawaii. So a good way to end for this team on a positive note, should they be able to continue on in their season.
Yeah, and I think there was a great performance by McKenna Granato as well. Just such a steady player, and hit 429 this evening, which is incredible, and did a really nice job for us.
Always good to go out a winner. We'll find out next Sunday whether or not Hawaii will continue their season. But it's time now for your final thought or thoughts on this season. It's brought to you by Levitt, Yamani, and Solner. And Ryan, what is your final thought about this year?
I think that this is a team that has continued to evolve throughout the year, a team that has gone on a lot of roller coasters, both on and off the court. And I think that this is a team that maybe now finally has an identity. It's a team that has obviously 7 seniors that each contributed in their own way. And it's hard to feel and think that this may be the end. But when you look at the body of work that this team has been able to produce, obviously not the best year in terms of the win-loss column as compared to other teams in UH past. But this has been such an entertaining team to watch. I mean, the rallies that we saw, the defense that was on display by this team throughout the time. As we look, as Faith Ma'afala participates in some sort of dance there. But, one of the things that I think that really defined this team was just their heart and their ability to come out regardless of what happened the night before and just battle time after time. We saw some great matches against Oregon as well as Cal Poly. But hopefully, like we said, this is not the end for this team, that there is a future, and we'll see if the NCAA calls their name next Sunday.
Absolutely, and I think tonight we saw just the character that this team has, so much laughter on the court and so many high fives and smiles, and that's what really makes playing this sport so special, is the camaraderie among teammates. And so no matter if they make it to the NCAAs or not, they have so much to be proud of, and they've made lifelong friendships.
Well, a lot of people have fingers and toes crossed from now until next Sunday, but for now, this is it for the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball season. For us, I want to say special thanks to our always outstanding Spectrum Sports crew. I want to thank Dave Shows, who's been part of the corner crew. Of course, Lisa Strand-Ma'a, who is out of town right now, but always a part of our broadcast. for Ryan Clay Suji, for Claire Marie Anderson, I'm Scott Robbs. Until next time, we bid you aloha and a good evening from the Stan Sheriff Center in Manoa.